Get a notification now, won't we?
About half hour later, yeah.
You can start when you want, Fraser.
Thanks, man. Thanks for that. If I pause the video on Twitch, am I going to see any of the chat come up? I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave that to you guys. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 102 on this Thanksgiving Friday. Thanksgiving, of course, if you're American. None of us are, but still, it impacts us somehow because we all take advantage of the Steam sale.
We do.
I am your host, Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave. Oh, great.
Hello.
Get him while he's having a sip of beer. See that? The beauty of video. On my right by Pilch.
Hello.
And bringing up the rear this week is Neil. How are we doing, boys? Are we all right? Well, that's good to hear. It's definitely been. No? Why? Are you on holiday?
Nice.
Ooh, so have I. Feel some gaming coming on.
Has anyone been doing any streaming?
Oh, tons.
I was kind of expecting Pitch to do his normal Saturday, like 3 hours of rubbish. Well, actually, like 30 minutes of rubbish,
What the fuck?
and then like a couple of hours of Forza or something else random that he likes. But
I'm trying to think why I didn't stream Saturday. Something happened.
you were playing that game that you said you were playing last week and you had like my friend Pedro, and I was like,
oh yeah,
okay, he was gonna like play that for like 10 minutes more, and then it was finished. And it's like, no, you were on that all day again.
I was. It took me another 4 hours. I will talk about that in a little while.
Okay. Well, let's. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say I would definitely be streaming something tomorrow, because when we get into the stories, I'll be able to tell you why.
Okay. Let's just go through the intro stuff as normal. Fantasy League definitely needs a mention this week. My team that I changed 2 weeks ago and was complaining that they weren't playing turned out to be all right, and I ended up shooting up 3 places up to, I think, 3rd place. I think we pretty much swapped positions, didn't we, Neil? Oh. What are you looking at your phone for? Why? Let's talk about. I did think that it might be worth a mention just to give a shout out to those who are in the league. Yeah, he's flying up the top there. He's broken the 700 point barrier. Tim Kelly is second, coming hot on his hot. Well, he's sort of hot on the heels. He's still like. Christian's got a good. What's he got there? A good 25 point gap. It's not bad. It's not a massive amount in fantasy terms, but it's good. I mean, it's the lead. I'm third. Vince O'Connor is fourth. Fletch is fifth. Yeah, I know. He even got more than me. Neil sixth. Adam Isaac seventh. John Wilson from Joysticks and Skill at number 8. Paul Davies at 9. The wonderful Lou Isaac at number 10. She needs to pull her finger out. Oh, has she? Good. She just needs to tend to that garden. And at the bottom, Scott Patton. Come on, Scott. Is he gonna? Is he? Okay, I don't even. Is he not changed from like day one? Okay, so we need to tell Scott. He's still got a player in there who's now playing in China. There's always one or two people on there who just don't do anything. They set a team up at the start. That's fair enough. Okay, that's pretty much it then. I don't think there are games this weekend, of course, right? I've done my team, so I'm ready to go. Pilch still hasn't arrived back into the league.
I don't think I can come back now. I think my account's gone.
Oh, okay. This Twitch channel. Did we just talk about streaming online, live? I'm losing the plot already. Did people hear us just talk about streaming?
We did. We didn't stream. I think you streamed a little bit of PUBG, didn't you?
Yeah.
A random callback to an old game that I think you were playing with Arnie.
I have a sneaking suspicion I might have turned it off though, because anyway, it doesn't matter. I forgot. I got to put that in the notes of what we've been playing. I didn't stream anything else though. I wanted to dedicate some time on the Saturday or the Sunday, but I didn't do it. I don't think I'm going to have much time to stream anything this weekend either. But Pilch said he's going to pick up the baton and run with it big time this weekend.
I shall definitely be streaming this weekend.
Cool.
Not really got any plans to go out because Lisa is isolating this week because she's going in for an operation on Tuesday. So she's not allowed to go out anywhere. So she's sitting in the lounge. So I will be. Huh?
She could
get
stream.
her to stream. Yeah, she could stream something. I do all the cooking anyway.
What's your signature dish?
I don't really have I don't. If I was going to say, well, it'd be. I'd have
Pilchards and cream, surely.
Cottage pie is the favourite. That's the most requested.
Okay.
Yeah, not shepherd's pie, cottage pie.
What's the difference?
Shepherd's pie is made with. A shepherd's pie is lamb. A cottage pie is beef.
And that's literally it. That's the difference. Okay.
Yeah. Shepherd's for sheep. I don't know why cottage is cows. Yeah. That's something you've just made up.
What's a Coddleston pie? I don't know. Winnie the Pooh knows.
Don't know. Why does Winnie the Pooh know?
Wasn't there that rhyme from the Winnie the Pooh books? Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. No? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone?
What have you been smoking?
I haven't yet. That's the problem.
He needs to get that level of normality.
Yeah, let's get the weekend started.
The other reason why I will now be streaming rather than blowing my leaves around the garden is because if you scroll down to what we've been doing, I've put something in there.
Okay.
And I'll mention it when we get to what you've been doing.
All right. Okay. Well, let's head there then as quickly as we can. We have Discord as one of our intro topics, but I mean, is there anything going on? Is there anything that we need to mention about Discord? No. Good. Okay. Okay, but we'll have those anyway. So yeah. All right. Okay. Let's get to the listener stuff and say the stuff that we need to say to people. First off, we have a tweet from a friend of the show, Stuart Cullen. He says, in the week that was me pigeonholed over a question topic, is Forza Horizon 5 having more than 10 players really a surprise?
10 million.
What did I say? 10,000?
10.
More than 10. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's an important word. Is Forza Horizon 5 having more than 10 million players really a surprise, given the number of Game Pass users? And is it just given the number of Game Pass users? And is it just them trying to make headlines over nothing really? What's next? Water is wet? ? And just okay, well, we'll just I should really have read this before we started, but there you go. Let's just start with that as a starting point.
Well, how long has it been out? 2 weeks now? 2 weeks, isn't it?
Well, it depends on when you class it out, because it was technically out if you could buy it, and there was a lot of people that bought it for early access for 5 days. But you had to buy the DLC.
Nobody's really
It's
starting this and then binning it off within 5 minutes, are they? Most people are picking it up, playing it, enjoying it, and carrying on. So I think the 4-day difference is a moot point.
You give it I reckon if you come back and see what the figures are in a month's time, because it'll just be the hardcores still playing it, and all the little casuals would have done the story mode, and
I wonder which one
disappear.
Pilch sits in. The hardcores or the piddly little part-timers that play it.
Oh, he's.
I think I put 150 hours in the last one, so I probably.
I mean, we can't.
No.
We can't.
Rookie numbers, Fraser says.
I think I've played 70 hours already. Yeah. I can't stop playing. That's pretty much all I've played.
So we can't speak for the 10 million or the 9,999,000 other users. But if this was not a Game Pass game, would all three of you, would you have gone? I wouldn't have bought it day one. I would have. Sorry, say again. This is true. But you guys would have bought it, right?
I would have bought it.
I've
paid for the DLC, so
yeah, I wouldn't have. I'd have watched people stream it, maybe. I don't know.
I've forgotten, Dave. Are you playing it right now on Game Pass? Yeah.
Yep.
So the numbers are inflated then, right? From Game Pass.
It was a weak. Yeah, but it was a week for Game Pass. It was like, it's one of the main headline Game Pass games, AAAs.
Right, but let's just say if Game Pass didn't exist, would Microsoft be trotting around going 10 million players, birdie, 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 bird? That's how they sound.
That's a 1 million players. That'd be about it.
Well,
because that's how many bought the DLC before it came out. So, and anybody that was interested in it bought the DLC. I say the DLC. I say DLC. One of the DLCs, the convoluted one that took a lot of people actually looking through the DLCs and trying to find it correctly, because it was kind of hidden that you could buy and get it early. And Pilch knows this because you spent ages trying to find it as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Neil. That was it. Neil was looking
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was on the game, on the actual front screen of Xbox, on the app when you turn it on. No, well that's it. It was front and center on there. Literally the first thing that come up was.
Was it Halo? Was it? It was. You were looking for DLC in a game. Yeah.
I've just unmuted myself on Twitch.
Yeah.
Because I was muted, right, very cleverly there. So yeah, well, when I was looking through the Wreckfest on Game Pass, it was there, and I was like, that's weird. But yeah, when it was actually looking for Forza Horizon, it wasn't there.
Random.
Okay. What else does Stuart say here? And just in case I get pigeonholed on that one, best use both barrels. With the clear dip in quality from Battlefield and COD this year, and even Halo having a split launch, are we now feeling the long-term effects of the pandemic on the industry? Or is it something else? Is it?
Well, there was no pandemic when Battlefield 4 came out, and that was a broken piece of shit. So there's no reason why this one wouldn't be.
Then.
Took them a year to fix that, so I'm assuming it's going to take a year to fix this one as well.
It's had a big patch, has it? Or has come in a big patch, I think. But I thought I had uninstalled it, but it turns out I hadn't finished installing it, and it finished doing it the other day. So I might have a go on it.
I'm literally downloading it today. 6 minutes left. Because you get 10 hours free on EA app. So 10 hours. I've bought and played a lot of all the other games. 3, 4, 1, 5 in that order.
In that,
For
yeah,
some
in that
reason.
order.
Yeah.
I've played them all as well.
Not
But
Hardline, no.
Not Hardline, no.
I played and finished Hardline. That was all right. It wasn't brilliant.
I liked the
but,
multiplayer in Hardline.
God awful.
But I only play for the
always
campaigns and play the multiplayer. That's the thing.
I always play the campaigns, and there's no campaign, so there's no reason for me to play it.
I only play multiplayer.
Pointless. I'm not paying £60 just for multiplayer.
No, it'll be on game. What do you call it? EA Play or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When they
Pass,
fixed it,
yeah.
When they fixed it, it'll be on EA Play anyway, so we'll be able to play it then.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not a good time for AAA games, really, is it?
No.
What's
no
wrong
interest in COD?
What's wrong with it? I haven't played it, but what's wrong with it?
Well, I don't think anyone's playing it. That's the problem.
No, me and Neil played a bit of it, the beta, the couple of maps they had, and it's just another World War II one. You know,
I think it had some interesting new game modes, but I don't know. I think I'm just a bit done with COD.
Yeah,
I've been there before.
Do you think we're just done with this? I mean, look what Stuart's mentioned there: Halo, Battlefield, COD. I mean, these are games we've been playing for nigh on 15 years.
Yeah, 3 generations. Yeah.
You know.
However, one of them's good.
And we both played it. Yeah.
Listen more to find out which one.
Okay.
We played a little bit together, didn't we, on last Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. While I remember, I'm going to give a shout out to a podcast that I've been listening to called the Doddcast, which I've mentioned before. But the reason it stands out to me is just recently on a couple of the episodes, Pete Dodd, who runs it, he's had a guy. Normally, there's a couple of guys.
Not Ken Dodd.
They're very industry savvy, but there is a guy he's had on there called Janitor. Man, that guy has got some takes on the industry. Like, if you want to learn or hear more stuff about behind the scenes and get an understanding of what's going on with development and the industry as a whole, I definitely recommend you hit me up and I'll give you a link for it, because it's really interesting. And so one of the things he was talking about was a lot of people jumping ship off these major companies like Activision or whatnot and setting up their own sort of
Why would they want to do that?
Setting up their own sort of freelance. And he said sort of what's happening now in the industry is a lot of these sort of houses are starting to be built. Software development houses are being built all over the place that have the real chops to take on outsourcing work. So we should start to see faster times to market and more impressive AAA titles, where people are pulling in, the resources available to them for subcontracting all this work, rather than doing it in-house and having all the problems that brings.
I think the tools are for like outsourcing work and having contractors and project work being completed by different teams across the globe, basically. That is actually starting to get there now. So I think, yes, we are seeing some of the issues with these AAA titles being an issue because of the pandemic, because like the fact that remote working from home wasn't really a thing for any business. It was, for a few people in a few of the like businesses, it was like allowed but not really tolerated. But now it is, and it's not only affecting people working from home, it's affecting other companies working using the variety of tools like Slack and Discord and Teams and WebEx, and like it's a normality now to not have just people come into the office, and especially when you are talking these big companies where it's global, different teams working on different things. I think there will be a big surge in multiple companies, cross companies working on the same projects and delivering like stellar products for a lot cheaper than they could in house, so they can deliver it better.
Yeah, like people becoming more comfortable with outsourcing outside the physical walls of their business. It's interesting as well. He went down another part of his discussion where he was talking about software developers, basically codies, right? The guys who are writing the code. He said working from home is just a godsend for them because they just want to get their head down uninterrupted. And once they're in the zone, not get interrupted, right? Once they've got their head around whatever it is, problems they need to figure out on how to code for whatever it is they're working on. He said it's a nightmare for them in offices where they sort of suddenly get their head wrapped around what they need to do to figure out why Captain Raccoon can't jump over the oranges or whatever like that, and then some middle manager comes in and interrupts them, and they're off their game again, right?
Well, I can attest to that. My week has been spectacularly busy with what I've been doing at work. I've sort of been pulled into IT again, outside of what I should be doing, but because I have experience in it, they've asked me to help out. And the whole of this week I've been in the office, and I've been doing like 10-hour days, no lunches. But being in the office is good for like building the relationships of seeing people and talking to people that you wouldn't normally do. But productivity is tanked because whereas I'd be, if I was at home and as you say, like I'll be focusing down on a specific issue, and I'll put myself on do not disturb, and I'm gonna work out and develop something, and or specifically speak to people to resolve an issue. Now I'm in the office. Oh, Dave, can you come and help with this? Okay, right, I'll jump over there and help with this. And now I'm the IT guy in the office, and oh, this desktop isn't working, and oh, can you help me with this? And I'm trying to get my head down and like build multiple laptops and fix like calls that are coming in and everything like that. And I'm just getting like people are just saying, oh, can you just kind of like, I've got an issue about this new starter and their laptop, and just I was wondering how their user profile be built. It's like I want to help and I do, but you just can't focus on one thing.
What you really want to do, Dave, is just be a right miserable fuck at work, and then they won't come and ask you for help.
I can't do that. I'm too helpful.
I can.
No.
You haven't entered the surly stage of your career. That's right. How old are you now, Dave? 38, 39?
39, yeah.
Yeah, see, you're not long now. Just give it a couple more years. Then the weight of the world would truly break your spirit, and then you'll be good to go. Once you realize the futility of it all, you'll be good.
I'm too nice. I'm too helpful, and I know that's a problem. But at the same point, like I'm empathetic. I understand people's problems and frustrations when things aren't working, and when there's somebody just
I understand
around.
too. It's time to fuck off.
You're empathetic, but you're not sympathetic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm a people pleaser, and and I just want to get shit done, or get people working. So yeah, that's the thing about working at home and in the office.
All right. Well, I see I'm older and I don't give a shit. So right, let's move on. Lord says, so firstly, Cyberpunk is now £15, surely worth a punt now.
No.
That's on the shady websites though. So I had to check it out. So we had a little converse.
It's on sale at the moment.
It's half price, 25 quid legit.
Is it?
I saw somebody say they saw the physical copy for £10 or $10.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I saw on Rock Paper Shotgun they were going through the Steam sale, and they said for 25 quid, it's definitely worth 25 quid.
They've done a lot of stuff to it since the launch.
Dave, you played
Maybe
it.
on
I
PC.
did play it at launch. Yeah. I can't attest to PS4 or 5 or Xbox. I thought it was okay. It obviously wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. And it was one of the games. I've still got it installed, and I have thought about
Did you
playing
actually
it
finish
again.
it?
No.
Yeah, so if you look, there's a few weird things that they've. I don't know. There's the weird thing about the repopulating people and stuff like that. Like when you look away, things and then you look back, things have completely changed, like cars or people and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
sure if they fixed all of that stuff, but if you could kind of look past, because they don't do anything really. They're not interact. You don't interact with them.
No.
They're just window dressing type of thing. So I don't know what else. Like there was a lot of technical problems, I think, weren't there when it first came out? But
It was
£25. I think the story's supposed to be half decent, and it looks nice when it's not moving. That's for sure.
yeah. Taking still screenshots at 4K. Yeah, looks amazing.
Well, until they make a next gen version, I shan't be bothering with it anyway.
Pilcher's in Night City now. By the look of it.
Yeah.
It is the next gen version, though, isn't it now?
No, there is no next gen version. Next
No,
gen.
they haven't done it
gen.
yet.
The PS5 and Series X haven't had their updates yet.
Oh.
Don't think they ever will they?
Is this a good time? Are we going to talk about the Steam sale at any point or sales, if whether anybody's purchasing? Where are we going to shoehorn that in? Is this a good point to tell you?
Well, we could do it now, I guess. There's another question coming up about a sale, so...
All right, well, let's get to the end, and then we'll just type in the bottom. Oh, yeah, Mark Hanix at the end has got something about... Okay, well, we'll add it in at the end. Lord also says, and congratulations to Dave and Neil on their Forza Rivals times. He doesn't mention somebody else because he says, I can get nowhere near them.
This is the monthly Rivals. You're a bit off the pace, Pilch. Yeah, you have. You're on the horn now.
Oh, I haven't.
You're a little bit off the pace. This was the one. Like, me and Sean were doing tit for tat one night. Like I'd do a lap. Dave was there as well. I think he kind of joined in.
I did,
later.
yeah. I jumped in. Yeah.
He joined in late and put in a time that was very competitive almost immediately. And me and Sean had been chipping away.
Oh, Shawnee boy's in there, is he?
Yeah, Sean's 0.113, I think, ahead of me. And I can get ahead at the beginning of the lap, and then the second part of the lap, I can't nail the last sort of hairpin, and it just fucking goes off into the distance. And I'm like, you bastard!
What is it? A ghost? You're chasing the ghost?
Yeah. It's like I say, you choose a rival from the list.
Chasing the dragon.
Oh, Mark Hanix is in the chat. Can I just say, sorry, Mark, you're not in our little club, so we can't mention your times.
He's on my friends list.
If you want to join the fun, you'll have to join the club. I'm mentioning club members. I haven't done any of that yet. Well, again, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Because I'm sure there'll be a lot of talk.
Kev Westerman also says, "Ooh, I would like a try. Give us a friend ad, lads."
I've added him, so we'll see.
I've added him. Are you gonna?
I have to go back on the leaderboard and see how he's doing.
FNK25.
Yeah. If you want to friend Kev Westerman, if you want to friend me, actually, I'm Bertha82. BURTHA 82. That's my nickname and my year of birth.
Somebody humor him and add him, please. Discord, right? We have it's says I'm a bit late. This is from last week. How late is it?
Because it was late.
Oh, okay. What did we just a bit too?
I think it was literally like after we'd recorded last week.
Okay, all right. It says I'm a bit late. My gaming pet hates. Number 1, people on COD playing the sound of footsteps on the public chat.
Yeah, that's
fucking hilarious. That is, if I would have thought of that,
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
is that's a thing? Is it?
So, like, people thinking you're behind them or somebody's behind them because they can hear it in the chat, and that's hilarious.
So yeah, that's definitely not going in the room 101 then, because that's too clever.
Yeah.
Work. Explain that to me. In simple old man terms, please.
So you're listening for people near you,
Right.
and in the public voice channel, there's people's playing footsteps, thinking somebody got somebody near them.
Okay. Wouldn't they have to be near them anyway to play the
No.
footsteps for them to hear?
No,
No, because the chat goes across everywhere, doesn't it?
yeah.
You can still talk
Oh,
to someone if you're on the other side of the map.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit
okay.
rubbish.
How public is that? Is that everyone?
Yeah, it's not local.
I shut that shit off.
Yeah.
That
That's
must
the
be
first thing I do. Yeah.
that must be a nice
Yeah.
place to live in that chat. He says number 2, when you install a new game and it asks you to create a free account.
Yeah, that is annoying. That can go in the. This is room 101 shit, is it? Is that what
Ye-
It is.
what we're doing? Yeah, yeah, that can go. That annoys the shit out of me.
You'd have thought
Right,
you'd have had to do it before you've installed it.
but and it will. I would
No,
just
when
say
you fire the game up, doesn't it? As soon as you fire the game up and
If
log
it's
in, it says,
literally
"Oh,
got no purpose other than send you emails or
yeah,
announcements, then
get this
no.
free skin every 6 months or
Yeah.
something stupid."
But
Yeah,
if
see,
it is in aid of something, like I can get it. I kind of get
yeah,
it.
like a global save or something like that. Global
Yeah.
progression carried across with your account. See, that's the stuff I'm totally
Yeah.
on board with, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, yeah, like Minecraft or something. You need a Mahjong account or a Microsoft account, don't you? So but they all do it. That's like because you get different games on what's the Far Cry people?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. Yeah, if you sign up to theirs, you get different perks for each game. So the more you play one game, they add shit to another game. But if you're not in the Ubi club, you don't get any of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck the Ubi.
But if you play a lot of their games, if you play all their games, it all builds up and you get quite a lot of shit off of it. But otherwise, what's the point?
Thanks. It's good to hear from you. Marcanix has chimed in here. He says, so Demon Souls is on sale on the PS5. Still not cheap, though. I love the Dark Souls games. Nods to Neil. This remaster looks amazing. Amazing. Anyone played the remaster? Is it worth £43.99? Normally 70 quid?
Yeah, it's outrageous.
That's a lot of
PS5
money.
tax.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
There's a guy at work. He's got a Series X. He's had a Series X for a while. And the other week, he was on the. He says, "I'm in a queue for the PS5." I was like, "That's great. Why are you buying a PS5?" He's like, "I'm going to play some games eventually." It's like he's got Game Pass. I'm like, "What game are you buying for your PS5?" I'll play that Astro's Playroom or whatever it's called. I'm like,
All right,
okay.
what are you going to do 10
And
minutes
then
later?
what? So you played like 450 quid for Astro Playroom. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah.
70 quid.
Right,
That's
okay,
one of the main reasons I'm not interested in the PS5 is the games are 70 quid. And I'm like, no. No.
If
I mean,
if we're on sales now, Fraser, you need to answer this. Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 for £13. Is that
sure.
worth buying any
Oh
of it?
yeah, I mean, 4 and 5 are great games. I mean, 4 is a little bit long in the tooth now, but if
Not on
you know,
VR.
the VR is supposed to be pretty good from what I'm hearing.
Is it?
But you know, I went and played
Who's got
through
VR apart from you?
I've got VR.
When's the last time you turned your VR? Right, okay. You two have never mentioned VR. When was the last time you put it on?
yesterday.
2 years ago.
2 years.
Hang on.
You got it. He's got it here. He's
Oh,
going to
look
do
at
the
that.
show with his VR
Oh,
on.
look at that.
Brother!
There it is. There it
It's
is.
broken now.
They've
Keeps
got
his
all the,
VR in the kitchen.
This is yeah.
they've got all the dust.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Well, it could be worse.
It started snowing in Dave's kitchen already.
Oh, talking of snow, when's that coming?
Supposedly in about 10 minutes.
So, anyone bought anything? I've bought something to
I
kick
bought
off
some bits.
the sales. Who wants
Not
to go
Steam.
first? Shall I tell you what I bought?
Go on, I'd like to hear what you've bought. Have you bought
No.
Inscription?
Have a guess.
It's not
No,
Inscription,
it's not
is it?
Inscription. No, I'm waiting for that on Game Pass. You know that. Do we
It's
are we
not
going
coming
over
to
that?
Game Pass. You're going to have to buy the fucker.
It's too
It's like-
expensive.
Oh, fuck off. 15 quid. Ridiculously cheap.
That's
Enough.
a lot
All
of
right.
money.
Even the listeners are getting tired of this conversation.
Deathloop.
No,
Deathloop for 21 quid is a pretty good deal, I think, on
I'll
Green
give
Man
you a
Gaming.
clue. It'll be the equivalent of me working for Amazon. It'll be like going to a job.
Oh.
I've talked about it many times about buying it.
That's satisfactory.
We don't listen.
No,
New World?
no,
Stadia. Baron says Stadia.
no. It's I'll put you out of your misery. It's Death Stranding. I finally.
Oh,
got
have you
Death
bought it? You know what? I was going to
Oh,
recommend this.
God.
Where did you get it from?
Well, Fanatical had it for 77% off.
Yeah,
Total
Green-
$18.
Yeah, Green Man Gaming, it's £12 at the minute. And I'm like, maybe I just buy it.
Steam had it for 70% off. Plus, they hit you for tax. Fanatical didn't hit me for tax, so it was $10 cheaper for me to get it on Fanatical.
Wow.
So $18. Why not? So I bought that. So I'll have that to report on.
Oh, interested to see how this goes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for 12 quid, it seems like a no-brainer. People really rate that game.
Some people do. Most of the reviews I read said, if you just want to just relax. A lot of people said it's very relaxing. So I'm bang up for a bit of that because I just need some relaxing. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll report back on that.
My God, this has gone like some 80s pop video at the minute. With Pilch.
What have you picked up, Neil?
I bought 3 games for a total of about £7, and that was The Room 2, 3, and 4. A little bundle.
Yeah.
So I've played The Room, I don't know when, fucking years ago now. Room 2, I think, is something like 40 pence, something stupid. Most of the £7 was on Room 4, but they're all very cheap at the minute. And my wife's been going, you must be able to find some games that we could play together. And I'm like, and I was just like, oh, actually, she quite likes the escape rooms and things like that. So maybe we'll have a go at that and see how we get on. I've put my Steam Link upstairs so we can play in the lounge rather than have to come and sit up next to the computer. So we'll see how that goes. So I don't know when we'll get around to that. But so I'll be, I won't be streaming it, but we'll have a go at them. I can't remember how long it took the first one, but it was decent.
A couple of hours or something like that. Well, not majorly long. I think 3 by 3. I was like, I'm maybe a little bit done with this, but it was still neat. I don't know if I played 4. I can't.
They've all got whatever it is, overwhelmingly positive or very positive reviews on Steam. So they're all decent. Yeah. None of them are shit, I don't think. No. But yeah, so some puzzling coming up for me. I did buy another game. I bought 2 games.
Every time I look over at Pilch, it's that headrest. I keep thinking you look like Stephen Hawking.
Fuck's sake.
I bought before Black Friday. Where was that from? I bought from Games Planet, which is another one of the legit key sellers. They had a load of Dark Souls games on the cheap, so I managed to get remastered Dark Souls Remastered and Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, which is the remastered 2, for some total of 20 quid. So I will be thinking about streaming them, maybe maybe not one after another, but thinking I might stream some Dark Souls again, remastered first of all. So.
Okay. Anyone else buy anything?
No, but I might buy the Resident Evil games.
Resident Evil Village is on a good deal as well somewhere, 20-something pounds.
Not on Xbox, it was.
No,
it was
not
about
on Xbox,
60
on PC.
still.
Yeah.
At about 10% off or something stupid like.
I think if you were to buy 5, we can play that co-op. and I'm pretty sure I've got a really because I was playing it. I was playing that co-op with Chris Williams for a bit,
Right.
and my save on Xbox is just fully specced out, like totally. Just
all three are about £6 each, so it's probably still worth just buying the 3 together. So
yeah,
I would probably do that.
I would say 5 is.
I'm pretty sure I've played one of them, one of the later ones.
If you haven't played
we've had
4,
this discussion before.
You're not sure if you've played 4 or 5.
What's the one in Africa?
5.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that, but then you go through this little shanty area, and then this big fucker comes and he just annihilated me. I didn't know. He just kept getting me in a corner and just kept killing me. I didn't get any further than that.
I can come and help you with that problem.
Okay.
I can make it very satisfying for you to kill him.
Okay.
If you don't mind me coming in with my broken ass weapons.
No, as long as you can drop them on the floor and give them to me.
I'm pretty sure.
That'd be handy.
Anyone else buying anything? My son bought Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah,
I
saw that.
He is all over that. Yeah. It does look good. I was watching the screen. I mean, I played it and refunded it, but he's now well into it.
I didn't get. I played it, and it is a great game. It's an extremely good VR game, but I was just a bit like, I don't know.
I think it's one of the very few VR games which, to me, looks like how I expect VR to be.
Yeah,
how I would like it to be. It just looks that polished and that cool. And some of the things like the attention to detail in it looks pretty amazing. I might go back to it.
Did you draw willies on the screens? That's one of the first thing you do in it. You get into the spawn in.
Okay, then let's wrap that up for the intros. What have we been up to? Then let's go to Pilch first for what you've been up to.
Okay, for a change, what have I been up to? I've got appliance news, everybody.
Ooh.
I've got a new. I don't want to upset Neil here. I've got a new carpet suction device.
That was me that brought that, by the way.
Oh, was it? I bought a vacuum cleaner, everybody. I've been searching for a little while, and I finally made a purchase. I've bought a VTech AirRam 2 K9, which is I had an AirRam 1, which was done me 4.5 years, and it was satisfactory, but it's fell apart now. So it was £200, £299.99, but they do a slightly better version that's got if you've got pets, it's supposed to pick up the hairs better. I don't know. It's got like a little air freshener in it. But that was £50 more. And
do you mean filter?
Spend.
Not like a little.
What did I say?
Like air freshener.
No, it's got a freshener in the filter. So as you're hoovering, it sends lavender.
Oh, okay. Oh, it is actually air freshener. Right.
Like shaken vac without like powder.
It's like one of them little plug-in things that you have with the liquid in for the air fresheners. It has one of them inside it. But it's £50 more than the standard one.
So you can fart into it. Nice.
I haven't tried that, to be fair.
That's a different kind of air
but
ramp.
You can. I looked on their website, and because it's Black Friday, and the K9 version was actually had £100 off, so it worked out £50 cheaper than the one I was going to buy. So I've purchased one of those. So hopefully that will do us another 3 or 4 years.
You sent us a picture of the You sent us a picture of the Henry box. I thought you'd bought a Henry.
Oh yeah, no, that was because I was in Tesco's. Yeah, Henry was on offer.
Oh.
It's never £170 normally, though, is it? Is it?
Oh, it's a bigger one. It's a family version. Bigger.
Is it?
He's got a bigger tummy.
Oh.
The interesting thing was the 10 million sales, which got me.
Yeah, right. Me too.
They sold 10 million Henrys. That's not
That's
bad
been
going.
on there a while as well, that.
So, and it says, no, most of them still in use, it says. Well, we know one of them.
Yeah, we know at least one that's died.
Yeah, because it was in the skip the other week. I haven't been doing a great deal. Lisa's going in for an operation next week. She is isolating until I take her to the hospital. She's been taking lateral flow tests every day, and she phoned me when I was at work on Wednesday and said, I've tested positive.
Oh.
I've got to book a PCR. Jack and Daisy are not double jabbed, so they had to stay at home. Jack couldn't go to work. Daisy couldn't go to college. I took a test at work and I was negative, so I stayed at work. And
But the whole
she went and had the PCR test, and it came back the next morning negative.
See, that was quick, because I've heard of people taking that PCR test and the test taking like 2 or 3 days to actually come back. So
she got up in the morning, looked online, and it was there. She was negative. So that's a bit of a relief, because otherwise she would have had to cancel her operation, and she needs it done. So she's now isolating in the lounge for the rest of until Tuesday, because she doesn't want to jeopardise having her operation.
What is it with you not getting COVID over there?
None of us have had it. I haven't had it.
It's worse than it was.
None of us have actually.
When it was actually.
I know more people in the last 3 months that have had it than have had it the whole 18 months before.
Yeah.
More people that I personally know have been getting it. So it is getting about again. The other thing I did yesterday, is I broke my toe.
Oh.
So, which is why I'm moving about a lot, because I'm fucking uncomfortable. And I just
With your camera, it didn't actually show your toe, by the way.
Hang on. I don't know if it's going to show it anyway. Here we go. Let's see.
Oh, this is great radio.
Oh, hang on. I'll tell you what.
Can't even see it because of your background.
Yeah, I'll turn that shit off. Change background.
This is so green.
None.
Yeah, his toe's green.
His toe looks like a cityscape at the moment.
It's not green. Hang on. None. Change. Right, ready?
It's going to be gross, isn't it? Ooh.
Nice. For the listeners at home,
put that thing
what does that
on.
even look
Just
like?
be glad.
So that's lovely.
If you were only listening, just be glad you were only listening.
It was a middle toe shot. There you go.
Yeah.
Baron von Glauer in the chat says, "There goes his dinner."
So what did you do? Come on, Belch. What did you?
Right.
How did you break your
We
middle
have got on the top of the stairs. We have got it's like a chest. It's got towels and bedding and stuff in it.
Right.
Square thing about 4 foot by 3 foot square, and it's on the landing on our top floor, which is directly outside our bedroom door. So I opened up the door and walked out and fucking kicked the corner of the thing. My toe went.
Ow.
And I thought, yeah, that's that fucked then.
No,
so
not much
it instantly went black and purple, and
nice.
That's it. So you can't do anything. You could probably strap it together to the next toe, but
you could show to people live on Twitch instead.
Yeah, I think I've done something similar when I was at the bottom of a swimming pool. I kicked to go back up.
I'm dulling the pain at the moment, so
yeah, it's painful.
So I won't be doing much this weekend, so I'll be streaming.
So not only is the missus isolating, but you're like, I'm not fucking going anywhere because I'm in pain. So.
Yeah, Yeah.
Get those
So
children
I did go to
working.
work this evening, but
Yeah, your kids are a bit older, aren't they? So
yeah, they're 17 and 20 now, so they can fend for themselves.
well,
Mm.
less fend for themselves, more look after you guys. You know, pop to Tesco's and.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Are you fucking joking? I said, yeah, they're 17 and 20. Did you not hear that bit?
Dave's rosy outlook on his future. It doesn't work like that.
See, I think I was quite responsible as a 17, 18-year-old, and 19. I was living on my own at 18. Moved
You were
out.
pretty much self-sufficient eating them tins of burgers by then.
Okay, I may have had some bad eating habits, but you know, living off Jack Daniels and pot noodles and burgers in cans and stuff. What else you can do when you're fending for yourself at 18? But at least I went out and bought the shit. So, but yeah.
Only other thing I've been doing is looking for cars. I've been
More
looking at a
cars?
few.
More cars.
I need a new car. I'm
You do
selling
not.
one and buying another one, but I don't know what I want.
Didn't you buy one already?
No,
Fell through.
no, I built. They sold it before I got there. I've got to buy a car that is less than 4 meters long, which is
Hard to do.
not many.
My Fiesta's like 4 meters
Which
long.
is right. It is basically a Fiesta, a Corsa, an
Can't buy a
Abarth,
Mini these days because they're like massive.
or a Mini, or a Mini
Fiat,
Cooper S.
Fiat 500.
Yeah, Abarth. Yeah, it'd be an Abarth.
Renault Zoe.
Fiesta ST.
Smart car.
Corsa VXR, or Mini Cooper S. One of those four it's got to be, because it can't be longer than 4 meters long. So I've looked at 2 ST Fiestas and a VXR this week, but I haven't found one I want yet. So
What about Civic Type R?
They're too long.
Is it?
That's about 4.3.
Why is it got to be less than 4 meters?
Yeah,
because the car because it's not going to be used very often. It's in the garage that it's in has also got 2 motorbikes in it.
Okay.
You could just get 2 more motorbikes instead.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
I could do.
Maybe 3.
So if I get anything any longer, I can't get the bikes in. So
Fair
it's got
enough.
to be that size.
All right.
So that's me done.
Okay. Dave.
Me. I can't remember. I've not been up to much. I've been working a lot. What have I put on? Oh, Amazon purchases. So, so I bought a present for the missus in the Black Friday deals. It was an Amazfit smartwatch. Because it was cheap, and she wants a smartwatch for Christmas. So I was like, oh, I've had my eye on one, and it wasn't much off. It was like 5% off. So it wasn't a steal, so to speak. But it was a nice little purchase. Just sort of put it. I've had it in my wish list for ages, and I was like, Black Friday, bit cheaper, a little bit cheaper. Like,
What's she want out of a smartwatch? What does she want it for?
She wants a watch, and she wants to heart rate monitor, as a pedometer, O2 levels, but she doesn't want like the workout things, but she wants them to be notified when she gets messages or calls on her phone. So have some integration with her Samsung Note 10. So yeah, because she's always looking at her phone like for messages. I'm like, you can do that with a watch. But she doesn't know that yet. She'll find out. But it's she knows what she's
Let's take your problem here and move it over here.
Yeah, basically. but she's always losing her phone. So just actually having the watch on her like all the time, it will be. It's not losing it. It's just placing it somewhere around the house.
So
Like,
now when she loses the phone next, she'll have a useless watch.
yeah,
Yeah, it just won't work.
But it's not that she loses it out. She puts it down.
We don't have the empathy and sympathy you have, do we? You've just got
Uh,
cynicism and.
I know.
I'm sorry,
I'm like,
Dave. I apologize. Sorry.
well, I'm like, I don't know where my phone is. I'll go out. I don't care. It's like I used to have that FOMO of I can't live without a phone. Like, it's like when I smoked. It's like I can't go out with cigarettes, or I haven't got any cigarettes. I need the cigarettes. I used to be like that with my phone, but now I literally don't care. It's just like it's like, oh, I'll come back to my phone. Oh, 15 messages.
Yeah, I know all about that. I can tell that you don't
I'll
care about
scroll.
your messages.
No. I kind of scroll through and go, oh, I've missed loads of shit. I'll just reply to the latest thing. But yeah.
Like when
So
my
they.
phone pings and I've got one ring for like the seal pod. Well, it's for WhatsApp, but the only one that ever pings is the seal pod. Oh, everything else I've got muted from, and the ones I haven't got muted never text me.
Right.
And yeah, it's when that ping goes. It's like, do I rush to my phone and find out what gem am I missing?
9 times out of 10 though, it's Valorant, isn't it? It's like,
I
oh
think
no,
I
I'm
think
being
9
called.
times out of 10 today it was about cocks. I don't really.
Must have missed that.
It was the you took the biscuit discussion to a weird level.
Oh yeah,
Was having a very
we do
civilized
that.
conversation about the differences between cookies and biscuits, and yeah, it went sideways. What else? I bought a new Fire Stick because I want a remote control with some buttons on it, just as Netflix or Amazon Video, or I don't know, 2 other services that I don't actually use.
What, for your like main TV or something?
Yeah. My main TV, we 9 times out of 10 just use it for the Fire Stick on Netflix or Amazon. So I'll have a shuffle around of the Fire Sticks around the house. So my main one will go to my bedroom will go to my Bella's bedroom, and then that one will go to the garage, and then that one is in the garage is so old, it'll just sort of be put in a box and forgotten about. So yeah, so I've got the 4K Max one, the top range one that isn't the cube. It's just a Fire Stick. So
Can you hack
yeah.
that one?
I haven't got the time. I can't bother anymore.
No, I can't
Just
really.
pay
But
for
I did go
everything.
around. I bought a Roku, which I just needed something to replace the Xbox in the living room, and it's good. It does exactly what I need it to do. It plays Netflix Prime and whatever, and that's all I really care about for that room. But I went round to a friend's house, and I think I can't remember which one he had. It may have been a Fire Stick or something, but he just goes, "Look at this," and he just pulled up, and he's got access to everything. I
Everything.
don't know, like something is super dodgy on there. He's paying like $10 a month to some guy in Uzbekistan or something like that, and it's got everything on there. It's mental, right? And you know what? You see it, you just go, "Oh yeah, I want that." It's like Homer Simpson wanting to be hooked up with free cable.
Yeah, I've got a
I
friend
I was into
I can't
Cody
be
for a
arsed with it.
while, but it was just became too much. It go, "Oh, it's brilliant for a week, and then something's broken. You're like,
You got
I
to download a
can't
different
be
one.
asked.
I was like that
I'd
with
rather just
VPN.
pay
Yeah.
I'd rather just pay the £30 a month for a service. Fucking
Yeah,
about that shit.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. I was like that. We had a VPN, and I would go back and forth to different countries for Netflix. And then after a while, I got so fed up with the updates and all, and having to change
There's enough
addresses or
stuff in
whatever.
around now. Legit. Look, it's not megabucks generally, is it? So.
Yeah.
So
I just want to give a quick shout out to Diesel Saint, who has just turned up in the Twitch. If he doesn't mind me saying what he wrote, it says, "What's up, gentlemen in Pilch? Long time." Well, you're welcome here, Diesel Saint. Brilliant. Long-time listener, first-time live viewer. I've usually fallen asleep by now. When does the power tool talk start? Thanks for joining us, Diesel Saint. I think someone answered your question. You've missed the vacuum cleaner. Probably no more power tool. Although I said, tell you what, if Dave just doesn't mind me just interjecting here, which I'm doing anyway. Oh, I nearly went for a table saw this week. I put an offer in. The guy never came back to me. So even the right one that pops up, I'm on the sniff now for a table saw.
Well,
what are you going to saw with it? What are you actually going to saw with it?
Tables. That's what it's for.
Yeah, the first thing there's many times, like if I ever need to make a long cut on a board or something, I usually have to put it down, strap it, or vice it, or do whatever, and then I have a special jig I've made to vice grip to long boards, so I can use my circular saw and just go straight across on a straight cut on long pieces. But if I had a table saw, it would be much easier. All right, say you have a piece of plywood, 6 foot by 6 foot plywood, and you need to rip it straight down the middle, right?
Handsaw. I just use a handsaw.
Fuck that noise. All right, fucking Davy Crockett.
Look at them guns he's got though, Fraser. You haven't got guns like Filch. You just go. Done.
Look at him.
Can't see him.
He'd be straight through like butter. Yeah, I know. Look at those guns.
I use handsaw for everything.
It wouldn't be dead straight though, would it?
Carving a Christmas turkey with a handsaw.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
You just draw the line. The saw has got a 90-degree angle on the saw for drawing things.
Line.
Right,
yeah,
so
I'm not doing it. No way.
Draw the line.
I want electricity.
You can follow a line, surely.
Yeah, but I'm not going to put the effort in with a handsaw. It's never going to happen. Although saying
so you'd rather just.
I'm not poo-pooing the handsaw, but a big
handsaw for small jobs. Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, my missus made an inquisitive question. Well, asked me like she was like, what kind of power saws do you use for your stuff? So, okay, it's all Makita stuff. You know, I make sure I have the same stuff. So, okay. So she's like, what do you need? So, well, I want a hedge trimmer.
What do you want?
Yeah, well, yeah, like I'd like a hedge trimmer because that's handy to have because there's quite a lot to do, and I really want a chainsaw. I said, okay.
Just letting you know.
I'm probably gonna get a hedge trimmer, yeah. But no, you gotta put two options out there. You gotta put one that definitely isn't gonna happen, and you gotta put the one that actually you want.
Well, you need
Hang on a minute.
You need to sell her the one you want. What's the advantage to her?
You got her a knockoff watch, and you want a Makita bloody chainsaw. No, she's gonna go and get you the cheap thing down from the market, isn't she? When she sees the watch you bought her.
With a like 500 milliamp battery attached to it, it lasts for about 2 minutes. Oh, wow.
Mankit.
It won't even turn the motor.
He's going to get a Dremel. A Dremel hedge trimmer.
It's like I've only got a few bits of equipment, but like I just want it all to be the same, just like 18 volts, just so I don't have to piss about batteries. Just
get DeWalt. Go for DeWalt, mate. Can't go wrong with DeWalt.
I've already got some Makita stuff now, so
if you're consolidating your batteries, that's a good idea because I think over the long term that's probably the best. I don't have any battery powered stuff. I fucking hate it. It just bugs me.
Yeah,
I've got a battery for everything.
I can't.
My strimmer, my blower, my hedge cutter, everything's battery now. Steel. I got a steel stuff.
Oh,
it's not cheap, but it's good.
Can't even buy that at normal stores. Not here, you can't.
All my stuff's steel.
You have to go to a special steel distributors.
Oh, it's not Tesco special then.
Fuck no. That's Pilch has got it right. He's got the real deal.
You get what you pay for.
Maybe I should start looking. Maybe that should be
no VAT though, eh?
I should search steel every day now when I go on Facebook Marketplace. See if I can get anything. I'm jealous now.
So anyway, the other thing, I've watched a few films because I've been coming back and just put something on telly. Can't bother to even put the computers on this week. So I've watched The Midnight Sky. I don't know if anybody else has watched that.
What is
George
that?
Clooney. George Clooney.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, it's he stars and directed a hot to Netflix last Christmas-ish time in December. It was.
That's usually when Christmas is.
Yeah. It's it. My train of thought there, I think it came out in December, but it was a lot of people was talking about it as their Christmas film. So it's a post-apocalyptic.
Not sounding so Christmassy now.
Story. No, actually, it isn't very Christmassy.
Very
It's
festive.
a post-apocalyptic film about George Clooney, who is in the North Pole, and is.
Has he got a big red coat?
He's got a big orange coat, but he's kind of like
That's
the last person alive, or like on the
in the
surface.
North Pole.
Well, he's the last person who can communicate with a spaceship that is returning from Jupiter. It's based in 2049.
It's a bright outlook for the next 20 years or so.
Yeah, but it's based on a book. It's quite good. He's the only real famous person in it, George Clooney, and he plays the role well. It's not a feel good movie. It's just
doesn't sound like it.
No, it's and it is a little bit flawed in places. Like you probably watch it and go, that doesn't make sense.
Not selling it to me, Dave.
You can just put it on and watch it and like have no thought.
You don't
and
know
it's
me
fine.
very well. I cannot put that on and just no.
So there's that, and the other film that I did watch, which is actually amazing, is The Currency War.
Ooh.
Currency War? No, The Current War. It's with Benedict Cumberbatch, and it's about Edison and the fuck, I can't remember. I thought I was going to make notes. I was like, I don't need to make notes. Westinghouse. Right. That's it. Yeah, AC and DC.
The AC/DC wars, yeah.
Basically.
Is that new, or is that because there was a Cumberbatch movie or whatever that's just come on Netflix?
Cumberbatch.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Cumberbatch.
What?
Bendy.
I think
Cabbage Patch. What?
Yeah, it's new to Netflix. I think
it's 2017. It says. No, it's not new.
It's not a new film.
I'm not funny, Dave. Did you say this was excellent?
Yeah.
People don't seem to agree with you. I've got to be honest. According to 32% Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't agree with him.
32%. Yeah.
Dave, did you find the actual story interesting? Like,
yeah, it was an interesting one.
The history of that from the point of view, this is just so nerdy, but I've actually read books on that, on like the time and how the battle and like the amount. They knew how much money was going to be made with the advent of the electric revolution, basically.
Yeah.
The amount of underhanded tactics and shit going on was unreal, because they basically one of them was proposing the AC system, right, and one of them was proposing the DC system.
Yeah.
It's pretty mental.
Exactly.
Sounds like a real thriller of a movie.
Yeah. Well, you've got to be the right sort of twisted mind to enjoy that sort of stuff, right? So
it's a take on it's a slice of the history of that. And it's based on reality and the outcome's the same. And I think there is a bit of like artistic license. But
definitely.
Some of it's quite shocking.
Oh,
That's needs for one or two of the characters in the film. Actually, as a film though, to watch it, it was fine. And it was a very dumbed down view of it, and the missus loved it. I think there's a few famous people in it. Yeah, all right. Am I boring you, Filch?
Yeah, you're right there, Pilch.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Did you listen to
It's been a
last
long
week's
day.
show? The amount of noise you made in the background on last week's show was insane.
But yeah, it was it was an enjoyable watch.
You.
And Tesla got a bit of a cameo. I'll say cameo. He was involved,
There
but
you
I don't
go.
think he was actually involved in it. And so after the film, there was actually a bit of more of an explanation to the missus. Actually, like both systems actually won in the end. Not to the extent that DC, were creating like power stations every kilometer between them, but now we use a variety of AC and DC to transfer the power and then use the power locally, and that's why you have power breaks for computers and everything else like that. And it's like, oh, that's what they are. Yeah, you convert. Right. So yes. Long story short, as a kind of nerd that explained it in a bit more detail to somebody else who didn't know about it, it's a good film. Yeah.
Who won in the end?
Money
Spoilers.
won. The shareholders.
Bendy Dick Cumberbund's bank balance won in the end.
General Electric.
Yeah. Wow. Everybody won. Edison won because he's now infamous about electricity, although his actual system didn't win. Westinghouse died, gave up all his sort of name and rights against it, and General Electric won because they took over most of the patents for the stuff that was actually needed. So
Spoilers.
It's happened, hasn't it? So right,
it's like watching Titanic. What's going to happen in the end?
Well,
it's going to sink.
At least we don't have to watch it now.
Yeah.
It's the full.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
All right. Anything else?
It's not what they say about sex, is it?
Neil?
Right. I have also watched a film. We watched the latest James Bond film yesterday. We paid £16 to rent it because it's not out on the services yet.
How do you feel about that?
It's cheaper than going to the cinema, which technically is still at the cinema.
I was going to say, you'd have smashed like 50 quid if it was.
Mate, it was about £16 each for the cinema tickets. So I was like, we're not getting to
2 for 1, 2 for 1. Compare the market deal.
I don't do compare the market.
Don't spoil it. What?
I don't do compare the market though, so I don't get my tickets, do I?
Okay.
Anyway,
can I give you a little tip?
We're not talking about sex still, are we?
No. Go on to Compare the Market and buy a 1-week insurance policy for about £6, and you get the Compare the Market year for free cinema tickets for a year.
There's a problem here. I'm not actually that interested in going to the cinema at the moment.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a good.
It's a good deal though, if you fancy it.
Good life hack, yeah.
So you can't talk about it because Pilch, you're going to see it, right?
I'm not going to spoil it.
Tuesday.
There's been somewhat mixed opinions on it. I thought it was all right.
Was it as all right as the previous?
I cannot remember the previous film at all.
It was quite a while ago.
Was it Skyfall?
Yeah.
I can't say what happens because that would be spoilers.
No.
Okay.
So he doesn't win in the end.
I'm not saying anything because it would be spoilers.
I know.
So I'm just going to say it was all right. And it's long. It's like 2 3/4 hours.
Ooh.
So, but I don't really like long films. but I didn't mind watching that. So it must have been
But
more than all right.
you was at home and you could pause it and go for a pee.
Well, we did have to do that a couple of times, and we had somewhat enforced pauses because I was watching it on my Chromecast with Google TV, which is the latest Chromecast thing. So we're moving on to the Chromecast section of this chat. And that decided, after about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes of watching the film, to reboot itself, which is a little bit annoying. And about 15 minutes from the end of the film, it decided to reboot itself again. I was like, you fucking piece of shit. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
Do you?
No, you don't get that at cinema. But it would have cost about £100 to go to the cinema. So it's the first thing we've had with that's gone a bit weird like that. Because I bought it basically because I can get Apple TV on it, I can get Netflix, I can get Prime, I can get my BT Sport, I can get everything that I stream on that device. And it's one of the very few devices that I can actually get everything on one device. The only other one I've got is my Nvidia Shield, but I didn't want to buy another Nvidia Shield because they're at least £100 for the sort of base model Nvidia Shield. Well, I didn't really want to risk it with a shonky Android TV, which I probably could have picked up, but they're like 50 or 60 quid. And I was like, you know what, I'll just buy a Google Chromecast. And then
You've got an Xbox, haven't you?
Yeah, but no, it's not. I've got a 4K one.
It's all on
I've
it.
only got a 1080 one. I've not got a 4K one. So the reason we went with Apple, I rented the movie through Apple TV because it's the only streaming service that was actually offering 4K.
Okay.
Could have bought it through Sky, but it was only in HD. I was like, well, it's the same price. I'm getting the 4K version. But yeah. Good Chromecast. Don't know what's going on. I have ordered, because I don't know if it's to do because it's Wi-Fi based. Obviously, I have ordered the Ethernet adapter for the Chromecast. So basically, the power socket which you plug into the wall power strip, has an Ethernet port on it now, so you can plug in an Ethernet port and then it runs through the USB to the device. Right. So I'm going with that, see if that improves things. That was about, I don't know, whatever it was, about 20 quid. Bit much, but.
And how much was your Chromecast?
Can't remember now.
What are they, 60 quid, aren't they? For
no, I think it was 40 quid. I think it was 40 quid.
Didn't you get
I could have bought Stadia Premier with the controller and the old Ultra Chromecast, but that doesn't come with the Google TV bollocks, right. which links all of these services together. That was only 20 quid for the controller and the old Chromecast. I think that's still available for 20 quid. Should you be interested? Maybe Stuart Cullen could spend 20 quid. Or maybe he's already got one free with a phone. But yeah, so that's the story about that anyway. I've ordered some more bits from Google as well because they have a bit of a Black Friday sale, but I'll maybe talk about them next week when they've actually turned up. And then I finished watching the last episode of Foundation. I didn't watch it last Friday when it came out because I was too busy doing stuff, but I watched it today while I was doing my ironing.
What was it?
Foundation.
That's the last episode.
That was the last episode, and I don't know. I think there might be another season, maybe. I don't know. Kind of just sort of was a bit like, I don't know. Don't like things that come to an end. Things that end are shit, generally, because they end. And then
have you seen Lost?
Yeah,
that should have ended after the first.
I didn't get to the end of Lost because it got really shit.
I think I didn't get to the end of Lost because they took it off Channel 4 and put it on Sky.
I was well late to the party on Lost, so because I was watching it. I'll tell you why I didn't. I remember why, because I was watching it up, and I think I was in the middle of season 2, and then I read the actual spoiler about the whole thing, and I was like, well, I guess I don't need to watch the rest of it now then. So I gave up there and then because I was like, I'm just wasting my time. So. But yeah, Foundation was good up until, like most things, it seems they're all good until you get to the last episode these days, and it's like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. So it was decent, but I think there might be more. So.
All right.
That's all I've done.
Yeah, I'm pretty much mostly stuff I've watched this week. I've been watching The Defeated, which is on Netflix. It's a story about it's set in Berlin just after the end of World War II, where it gets split up into the different sectors, and Russian, American, French, and English. And it's all about this American cop who goes to the American sector looking for his missing brother. It's really well made. It's bloody disturbing in some ways. It's pretty brutal, very graphic. So I would say to people, check it out, but it's hard going. My wife couldn't watch it anymore. There was a torture scene. My wife just wasn't having any of it. I'm getting through it okay. It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to keep watching it. I discovered another program called Goliath, which I think is about 5 years old, which is Billy Bob Thornton.
I've watched a bit of this, I think.
Yeah, where he's a sort of ex-member of this massive law. There's a massive law firm that he started, and anyway, at some point he got booted out of it, and now he's a washed-up alcoholic lawyer. And then he gets the opportunity to take this case that pits him against his ex-company and a massive weapons manufacturer, and it's just subscribes to every trope that you expect. But it's okay. We're watching I think we're about 4 episodes in. The first three, were definitely brilliant. I'm into the fourth one now, and I'm starting to see the tropes. Like you can see these guys are going to do something, and you know the fall that's coming from them doing it. You could see it a mile off. So I'm not sure how what the legs are on this one, but it seems to be well done. So that's worth the courtroom bits with Billy Bob Thornton are brilliant. They're worth watching the first few episodes for that alone. Yeah, I recommend that one.
I thought it was quite decent from what I remember.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how far I got through it.
Yeah, the other thing that's bugging me though is there's just like it does throw some shockers at you, like things that happen. It's almost like shocking you for the sake of shocking you. Like there's some really weird shit starting to crop up in it, and you're like, I just wonder whether there's a period. Oh, look at them both yawning now, Dave and Pilch. Look at them.
Both been at work.
It's late.
Holy shit! I don't remember yawning when you guys were talking. So anyway, I better move on before they fall asleep. Arcane. Somebody typed in there. I've not watched any more. I'm at the mercy of my daughter, and every time I say to her, "Do you want to watch some Arcane?" she's busy playing Roblox with her friends or whatever it is. And then when she's free, but actually, you know what? She can't play on her computer tonight because my son is having a sleepover in the basement. So I might try and grab her for a couple of episodes or an episode of that tonight because I do really want to keep on with that. So, anybody else dabble in that? No.
No.
I told you all. You have to watch that.
I've heard keep seeing lots of people rating it.
It's my Inscription, isn't it?
Well, I'm not fucking watching it until you play Inscription.
So that's all I've got. Let's go on to what we've been playing then. Dave, you can start.
I've not a lot, to be honest. Forza Horizon 5. A little bit of that. I tell you what, I'm going to call back to a conversation we had about fast traveling in games. And I specifically remember the conversation that Pilch was having, saying, I can't imagine playing Forza Horizon 5 fast traveling around. It will spoil the whole game. So I went round and specifically found the fast travel boards and bought the house that allowed me to fast travel anywhere I wanted around the game. And it's fucking brilliant. It's the best game ever now.
But you haven't done all the roads though yet, so.
Well, I can fast travel to the I can actually see on the map which ones I haven't actually got to it yet. That's the next thing I'm going to do.
Well, I'm ahead
fast
of you,
travel
and I
to the
haven't
roads.
got that.
All right, they're right. I'm getting there.
Put it back in your pants, Neil. Come on.
Yeah, I basically I can see on the map which ones I haven't done, and I'll just fast travel to it and drive, I don't know, the 10 meters because I haven't completed a tiny bit of it, and then I'll do the next one, and I'll just zip around the map and go, I've done that, done that, done that, done that, done that, and it's a complete cheese, but I love it because I'm bored of just driving around now. Like, I just want to do either the events, or just want to get all the boards, or I just want to. Like, I've done all the bands.
It's like a Zoom meeting. Can I do a digital raise my hand? Sorry, did
Do
you
what you
say
want.
you? How did you get this fast travel function? You bought it?
So no. So you get so you can buy a house, which you've got to use the in-game currency of $2 million, or whatever currency, 2 million pesetas.
Credits.
I don't know, whatever is in Mexico.
Credits, yeah.
And then you get there's boards that you smash into, and they reduce the amount of money that you have to spend to do the fast travel. And then if you do all of them, it's free.
So
have
you guys got this, Neil?
I don't have the fast travel. I haven't bought the house. I bought a different
Stephen
house.
Hawking, have you got it?
I got all the houses.
So
I've got all the houses.
You've been getting double bubble there, haven't you? Because of your VIP.
What? Double water?
You get double credits on everything because you're a VIP, I think.
Do I?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I've bought all the houses. I've done all the roads. I've got 3 more boards to find, fast travel boards, and the only XP boards that I haven't got are the ones that are in fucking ridiculous places, and I've got to Google it to see how to get to them.
on top of the pylon.
Yeah, one on the pylon.
Did you
There's
do
one
that one yet?
underneath.
No,
there's one underneath a bridge.
There's one on a balcony on a hotel.
Oh, there's one on a bridge I saw. Like, it's got the legs of the bridge.
Yeah.
And then
it's
like,
out
there's
the second thing high.
There's a thing across between 2 legs, and I'm like, how the fuck do you get to that? Because
Yeah,
there's no like obvious jump to get to that.
And so I've got those to do. There's also one on where the hotels are. There's a hill there with a tower. There's one sitting on top of the tower. But you've got to have a 4-wheel drive car to be able to get fast enough up the mountain to be able to jump. Yeah. So it's all about what cars you pick for whatever.
Yeah, and somebody's done it on the YouTube, and just
have
the right speed of going up.
I've done nearly all of the stories. I've nearly 3-starred all of the speed zones and the speed cameras. So I've done a lot. Are you
still using that same BMW to do everything?
Yes, but I've had to adjust it because I saw one of Dave's scores was 3 miles an hour faster than what my car would go. So I had to lengthen the gear ratio so I could beat the bastard.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother doing that. Like literally.
I've done all the barn finds.
Have you got the 14th one? Because I've got one left, but I don't know what to do to get it because of.
You have
just
to
do it the same as all.
No, there's one. It's not told me there is one yet.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got them all.
Because in the last game, you had to buy a house to get to the final barn find. Yeah, and it was like 15 million credits.
I think I got 3 houses for free because I've got the pass thing. So I saved about
free. Yeah.
And when
with actual cash.
When it said you can buy this house or use your free token, the first house was only like a few 100,000, so I don't want to fucking buy this one, do I? So I got the £5 million house. I got the £2 million house for free, and there was another one I got for free. So I've got all of those. I've got the achievements and that. I haven't done hardly any actual races yet. I've just been tearing around the map. So I
I
haven't
know.
done any of.
I've noticed you've been missing on all of the rival
I've
speeds.
if I'm on the boards, it's because I've done it accidentally.
Yeah, in error.
I've just gone through one of the speed traps.
I was having a bit of a frustrating time earlier because I like to do the festival playlist. I'm all about collecting all the cars for me without spending any money.
Photographs. How many photographs have you taken?
Not many.
I'm on 260.
Are
Are you about?
on 60
You look through the
yeah.
achievements list and try and knock everything off for the achievements, or what?
No, but I.
Every week, obviously, there's the season, and it's just changed yesterday, isn't it? To
winter.
Is it all? Yeah,
it's
so
winter
snow now, isn't there? Snow.
Yeah.
So you can put snow tires on your cars now, Fraser.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I look at the festival playlist every week, and I try and finish that because if you do ever many points, you get cars.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had every car so far. I'm up to because I started playing this week's season basically today, and I've got the first car, and then the second car I'm about 9 points off getting. But there's a thing in there. It's worth 10 points. It's like a team thing where you play against the unbeatable driver task.
Yeah.
And the idea is there's 6 of you and 6 driver tasks. And you get points for finishing ahead of however many driver tasks you're ahead of. So if you finish ahead of 6, you get 600 points.
Right.
And if whoever wins the race gets 50 bonus points. So last week wasn't a problem. Managed to do that quite easily. This week, today, I've been having all sorts of fucking problems with it. Go into a thing, there's 6 of us, someone misses a fucking checkpoint because they're an idiot and goes to the back of the grid and quits. So we've basically fucking lost.
Yeah.
And then the next game I get into, there was only 4 of us in the first race. I was like, this is fucking great. And then same thing happened the second time, the third time.
You all win, yeah.
Yeah, basically you're fucked unless everyone... You've got to finish first, second or third or whatever. And another thing wasn't that, because it's a team game, yeah? It's blue versus red. And so I'm a blue, I can see my other blue cars ahead of me, so when I'm getting close to my blue car ahead of me, I'm doing my damnedest not to fucking crash into them, because I don't want to fuck their race up. But some people on the blue team don't think like that, do they? Because I'm going around a corner, and one of the blue team just comes and twats me straight into a wall, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? So, yeah. It's better.
I haven't done any of that yet. So I'm just cracking around the stories and shit at the moment. I don't. I did see an achievement. There is an achievement for beating 10 unbeatables. I don't know how easy that would be.
Well, if you do that thing, then you'd be able to do that. You'd think.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I've got progress on that achievement, but yeah, today I was like, I could probably do that. Right. Nope, not today. Apparently,
there was one that's got 0.001% of people. I don't know what the fact.
There was one that I said 0.01. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not actually possible to have done that yet. So whoever has done that probably hacked it,
right?
Because there's definitely weird leaderboard shit going on.
Oh yeah.
If you have a look at times, like there's things I've noticed on the stories. Some of them where they say you've got to go this. It gives you the GPS map, tells you where to go. But you can, if you leave the road for a certain amount of time, it
recalculates.
Yeah, well, it will start counting down though. It says, let's say it starts off at 50 seconds. Every time you leave the road, that counter keeps ticking down. So when you come back on the road, the next time you leave the road, it starts counting down from the last point. But there are some races, if you look at the map, you can go straight across the map and do it in 50 seconds.
Right. Below the countdown timer.
Yeah, so which I've done a few of them.
Okay.
So like one of your time was like, mine was 43 seconds.
So you've been cheating.
But when I looked at the leaderboard, there's people that have done it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Fuck, impossible. It is. All them people should be banned. They should just have all their.
You can
How have
report
they done it?
suspicious behaviour.
What, the top 10,000 people all
Yeah,
had
exactly.
like 2 seconds?
Yeah.
So I only look at friends leaderboards. I don't look at like
Yeah,
world or because it's pointless.
Same. That's all I do.
But I haven't, like I said, I haven't gone into the dailies or the weeklies or seasonal stuff. But once I start, you'll know when I'm there. I'll soon start appearing. Don't worry.
Well, it was only 3 days, pretty much, to do the monthly rivals.
Yeah, there'll be some more. Don't worry.
I'm going to have to screenshot it on the 30th of November to see who's at the top. I'm still going to try and get that, Sean.
So if anybody's listening and they want to join,
Anyone?
what's our team name? Neil?
Seal Podcast.
Is it Seal Pod? Is it just one word, Seal
Or
Podcast?
put in S Pod and you'll find us.
Yeah, come and join us. And Pilch, you threatened to create some custom stuff as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to do some blueprint races at some point. So you can all, when you go, I'll tell you what event it is on. And then instead of doing the standard one, you can do my blueprinted race, and then we can fit some times down.
Yeah.
We'll have some sort of leaderboards.
Ah.
But we need some more people to join because we have only got 5.
Well, you should try being a bit more inclusive, shouldn't you?
We should do, shouldn't we?
He's trying.
Okay, so that's Forza Horizon 5. It'll be back next week, no doubt.
Cool.
Yes.
The only other thing I want to talk about is I've been talking to, I think Crusader Kings 3 is on sale on the Steam sale at the moment. And one of my good friends.
Is this on Game Pass?
This is on Game Pass. Yeah, I've played it on Game Pass, so it's great. But one of my friends wanted to buy it on Steam. It doesn't go through Game Pass or anything like that. He wants to own it. So I was talking to him quite a lot about it actually. Today, over the last couple of days. Yes, I know I've spelled it wrong. I've spelled it kinks on the form.
No, I'm just copying it and pasting it into Google because I'm too lazy. I'm not highlighting your.
It's basically got me fired up and wants to play more of CK3. I didn't know.
Is this the one that Sean was playing, where your lineage is a huge deal?
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. I've played a lot of it. But I haven't played it in a long time.
This is on my games to play when I am incapable of playing normal games in my old age.
We'll be on Crusader Kings 7 by then.
Crusader Kings is the reason why I will still be gaming until I die.
It's very in depth.
This is definitely not one you want to be waiting on.
No.
Don't leave Inscription until too late, will you?
Not a Twitch shooter, though, is it?
No.
I'm going to play that soon.
What?
Inscription.
You can play the demos. It doesn't cost you a penny.
Well, actually, Fraser has played the demo.
I've
looked at the Steam store. Yeah.
Well, I played about.
No, exactly. You give it like 5 minutes and then didn't bother playing it, did you?
Yeah, it's enough.
You managed to refund the fucking demo, probably.
Mate, I know everything there is to know about that game from that 2 minutes I played.
You do not. Trust me, you do not.
But anyway, so Crusader Kings 3.
Have you played it?
I have played a lot of it previously. But has anyone else? No, I haven't. But I was going to ask, like everybody else, has anybody been asked about a game and then you start to think about it and talk about it and then realize actually that's a really good game, I really should play it and get back into it?
I've tried to talk to other people about a game. They don't seem too interested.
Is it just me that's got that has that? Is like get
I
inspired
can
by
be,
their
I
own
can be,
nostalgia
I can
of it?
be very easily. You guys know I can be very easily swayed by certain people on certain games.
I just need to get Matt to sell you on Inscription. I need to get Matt in Inscription, and then you'll be on it all over it like a rash.
See, Matt's tried to sell me on some games, and he hasn't, and they've not all been winners.
What, like Darkest Dungeon?
Darkest Dungeon, yeah, that's that one that's in the submarine or whatever.
Subnautica.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't Subnautica. It was
Okay.
Barotrauma or something, I think it's called.
Yeah, Barotrauma was the submarine
I'm
game.
easily sold on the concept of playing with everyone and having a laugh. Like BattleTech was a great.
I saw you did a review for BattleTech this week.
I did. Yes, I did. It was a fair sentence of a
This
review.
game is fucking trash.
No, it was the game is good, but the servers are made of fucking wishes and dreams, which ruined it for us. You know, I did say the game looks decent and is good, but
as a multiplayer game,
it, didn't
it
they? Didn't work for us.
No.
Well, if the games had not crashed, we would have had a good laugh playing.
It was the one that I was playing against Matt that took fucking about 3 hours and then crashed. I was like, that's me fucking done.
Yeah,
I'm broken. I can't play this game.
No, that's not fun. All right, what else we got?
And that's it for me. So
okay, let's move on then to Pilch.
Okay.
You share. Neil's not even going to get a go because you share his other game.
Okay, right. I'll do the first one. My friend Pedro. I finished it. Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought you had finished it.
No,
it's like a ghost speaking. Oh no, it's Dave that's this weird. Fuck, that was weird.
I was close to finishing it. I thought when I played it for 4 hours, because it said it only took 3.5 to 4 hours to play it.
I think that's why I think that because you gave us.
It took me another 3 hours to finish it.
Okay.
7 hours altogether. There was only about 2 sections that I got pissed off about. Everything else was just plough through it. Absolutely brilliant. The 2 bits I got peed off was there was a couple of bits, a lot of jumping and swinging and timed something chasing you type, which I fucking hate. That's when the screen's scrolling and something, the ball rolling behind you, a la
can't
Indiana
too
Jones.
far behind, or you're gonna get.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a bit. There was a little bit. It took me about 5 or 6 goes, but otherwise, bloody good, fantastic game. It is so funny.
I did try and download it this week, but there was a problem with Game Pass for some reason. It was
okay.
It was, and I forgot to go back and do it. But I will.
It's probably one of the best games I've played. I don't know when it come out, but when we have Game of the Year, I'm going with games I've played. Will you stop moving about? You Fraser's over that side now, right? When we do Game of the Year, I'm gonna play the games that I've played this year, not just games that come out this year. And it is gonna be. It's probably gonna be. I think it's gonna be my Game of the Year. It was such a surprise. It was so good. It was ridiculous. It's just the shooting, I fucking hate platform games, and even the just on point. It was brilliant, and the ending was just fucking batshit crazy, absolutely ridiculous. And I won't spoil it, but it involves a banana. The whole thing's about a banana. I'm not entirely sure what was going on, but it was brilliant.
Okay.
You've got to play it, Fraser. I think you'd love this game. Absolutely love it.
You can't play that before you play an Inscription, because that's actually a fucking good game.
My friend Pedro's free, Fraser.
It's not free.
Yeah, I know. That's why my friend Pedro is on my list, because all I have to do is press a couple of buttons.
Yeah, but you know what? If you just didn't pay for Game Pass for a month, you could probably afford to buy Inscription.
I can afford to buy Inscription.
You just can't be bothered.
Okay.
So, right, before I get on to Halo, I've tried cloud streaming previously on my Mac or on my phone, and there is nothing wrong with my internet. I cannot get cloud streaming to work to any sufficient standard.
It's all about the ping.
Um,
Doesn't matter the speed. It's all about the ping.
my ping is 3. Is that good? 3
That's
milliseconds.
It's probably the best.
Okay.
It's
right.
basically
So there's nothing
zero.
wrong. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with my internet. It suddenly appeared, popped up, that you can now do cloud streaming on the Xbox. So I thought, okay, I shall have a go. Now, I've got 1 gig internet, so I can download a 60 gig game in 10, 15 minutes. So that isn't a problem of installing a
Faster
game
than he can rip through a
to-
6x6 piece of
to try it
particle
out.
board.
So for me, it's not really much point in having it. But if I want to try a game for 5 minutes, I'm not going to spend 15 minutes downloading it. I can just go on the cloud.
Like us
So I
peasants.
thought, right, so I'll give it a try. It runs like shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Just the whole streaming experience is not good.
Right. I don't know what it's running at. I don't know what it's what the fidelity is. It's not even. I don't even think it's on 720.
Well, they're supposedly all running
looks-
on Series X hardware now. All this cloud stuff for Xbox is
Well,
running on
I'm
Series
running it.
X.
You can't. No one's got. There ain't many people that got internet better than mine.
No,
There's
not in this country.
nothing.
The thing when
It
I played
is
Stadia, Pilch,
shit.
is that to me it was like I was playing the game, but I was watching it as if someone had a camera elsewhere on their monitor. Like it was just it's not the game being recreated pixel by pixel on your monitor. It's you getting a video feed of it, and it feels like.
But why is that video feed shit?
It just feels shit. It just
I can
doesn't
stream
work.
4K Netflix, and it looks fine. I was watching James Bond in 4K last night when my Chromecast was working.
Games,
but that's just a video feed, and that's all you're watching on the game.
No, but movies, we don't watch movies like we watch video games.
I tried Just Cause 4. It was horrendous. It looked like it was just you couldn't play. I couldn't play it. It was horrendous. What else did I play? I think I tried Sea of Thieves, and that's not particularly graphically. I mean, it's cartoony. That ran like shit. I have not had one. I even played some literally like a 1 gig game, just the shittiest little, crappiest little game that they've got on there. It just ran. It fucking looked shit. And I
try that Procession to Calvary game or something. Something that's less timing based. I think is like if you're playing a turn-based game, it's probably not too bad. Because
I think the problem is, and it's not the fact. I'm very wary of not sitting there and saying it's shit, even though that's what we're doing. The problem is when you are playing a game on your nice big TV with an Xbox Series X or a decent PC on a nice monitor, it looks the fucking dog's bollocks.
Yes.
Right.
And then when you go onto these streaming services, it looks like shit. It looks like you've borrowed, you're playing on the tablet on a Wii U.
But I don't know. I hear people on other podcasts, people in America, let's not be wrong.
Well, there's your problem.
So they say it looks fucking great. And I'm like, I don't get it. Are we over here suffering because it's not based here or something like that? Maybe you're fucking a long way from wherever it's running.
They couldn't afford to do. They'd have to have like local servers for the big areas, right? You're not going to.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But like maybe there's just not as much capacity in this country.
The other
as
thing
there is in like the US. I don't know.
The other thing is, you say you're watching Netflix. Oh yeah, it's all right. It's in 4K. Get a Blu-ray disc of that film and put it in, and then tell me that what you're watching looks okay. because it don't look fucking nothing like a Blu-ray disc.
I haven't got
Yeah,
anything
I'm
to watch
starting
on
to get
Blu-ray.
that impression that I'm missing out now. That Blu-rays might give me a better experience than Netflix on some of the things I'm watching.
Football. I've watched BT Ultimate. That don't look as good as.
Where are you
like I
watching
say,
it? Because I find, right, on the BT Ultimate, my
I'm watching it
Nvidia
on.
Shield runs that absolutely
I'm
sweet.
watching it on the BT TV box.
Yeah. Well, my Nvidia Shield runs that real nice, and it runs. You don't get that weird like judder that you get. It looks almost like it's running at less than 20 frames per second or something.
But you would
sometimes.
think the Sky Q box or the BT TV box are going to run in optimum for their fucking.
Like
own
I've watched, if
thing.
I'm watching my 4K Ultra HD Sky stuff on my Sky box, it looks like, I'm not being funny, right? I can't watch when I watch the football now. If it's not in 4K Ultra HD on Sky, I'm looking at it going,
look bad.
What the fuck does that? Have they deliberately? This is supposedly HD. It looks like shit, and I'm like, it used to be like that looked amazing, and I'm like, now I'm looking at it going, have they deliberately made this look shit or something? Because I swear it didn't look this shit before.
This is the thing. As soon as you start streaming, it says on the Xbox, do you want to stream this or do you want to install it? For the best experience, install the game. It says it on the fucking screen.
Yeah.
So if you're getting what you're supposed to be getting, why are they telling you you're better off just installing it?
I think you're getting what you're supposed to be getting, but what you're supposed to be getting with the streaming is it's never going to be that as.
I was playing something the other day streaming, and it was fine for a while, and then it just went massively shit, like for about 10 seconds, and then it kind of caught up, and it was okay, but it never really got back to how it started. So I don't know. I think
you can't play COD. You wouldn't be able to play COD.
No, anything that is twitchy or shoot, like I think I played that Outriders again, and it was just like it's just horrible.
Oh yeah, I tried that. I put it on to see because. So that was another one that I thought I won't install it. I'll just stream it and see. You all right there?
I hiccup him.
Too many beers.
I listened to a podcast about someone talking about it last week, and he was saying that he's got like 60 meg broadband and blah blah, and it should run. It should be better than this. And I'm thinking,
60 meg.
I fucking 60 gigs. Sorry, and I'm thinking my internet is literally gigabyte, megabytes. Oh, megabyte, megabits. I don't know. Whatever happens, my internet's probably 20 times faster than his, and my still couldn't do it. So it's got to be their end. It's not my end. Like you say, where's the servers? How far away? Where are we getting it from? It's not a server in fucking Colchester or Cambridge or somewhere, is it? So that's it. I think I'm done. And what have you got, Neil? Oh, you've only got Halo left.
Yeah, I've talked about Forza already, so just like Halo.
Go on, you start.
Well, do you want to?
Well,
we played together.
I'll tell you what. Let me go, and then I tried a bit of Halo, so I'll get me done out of the way. Metroid Dread, I did not finish it. I ended up taking it back to the library yesterday.
Oh dear.
It's not that it broke me, although it felt like it was going to break me at times. It's just that I was confronted with more every time I got confronted with a boss, you had to fucking concentrate. You had to be up for it and ready to go, and totally doable. But like I said before, like unforgiving, fair, but it's an effort to complete these bosses. I need more time. Like I just got a little bit burned out by it. And I'd like 3 or 4 days off before I pick it up again and get back at her. But it's rent, every day is $1 fine, so it's got to go back to the library.
Yeah, so this goes back
$1.
To the conversation.
Jesus, give it 40 days. Should have paid for the game.
Yeah,
I know,
this goes back to the conversation that we had the other day. That was saying that if you'd have bought the game, if you'd have purchased the game, you'd have stuck with it. And because you haven't, and same with Game Pass, the fact that you didn't buy the game, you haven't put that investment into it, you send it back.
Yeah, but I don't. It's not. Because I want to finish it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't. Okay. So here's the story.
So
right?
so would you rent it again?
Yes. Well, here's the story. Right. This is what I was hoping was going to happen because I went and looked online, where to see, when it was due back, just to double check, and it said online on my account that it was still on hold for me. So in their system, I'd never taken it out.
Okay. It's basically yours then, isn't it?
Right. So I was confronted with that. For the first thing, I was going to be like, well, I'd never have to give this back then.
Right.
I just got a free copy of Metroid Dread, but I couldn't live with the guilt, right? So I went back. I thought, shit, fuck, I'll go back. So I took it back to them, and I was hoping that then on the way back, I suddenly realized, oh, well, I could rent it for another week, right? Because they don't think I've rented it. So if I just maybe slyly go in and just re-rent
it out, yeah.
to myself. But as I found a slip of paper in there which said I had rented it out, so God knows what they know, right?
And there was a massive queue of people.
Well, now the thing was, I just wanted
it.
to make sure that they had it right in their system and they had it back because I did not want to be charged for a missing copy of Metroid Dread. So I gave it back to her and whatever. So to answer your question anyway, is I didn't really want to give it back, but I wish I owned it and then it could sit there for a week and I could pick it up in a week's time.
Did you have
get
to
back on it.
pay anything for it at all
No.
from the library?
So you rent it, you get
so
it.
You could actually just buy it now then, and you wouldn't have lost any money. So.
Yeah, but you played like 75% of that.
No, but I don't want to buy it, right?
Can you not rent it again then?
I can rent it again, but because it's popular, there's like now 3 or 4 people in the queue. So I'll probably
tell them who you are, Fraser.
3 or 4 people,
know, do they? So I've requested it again, and it'll pop back up again in 3 or 4 weeks, and I'll get back on it. So to answer your question, Dave, can't even remember really what your question was. I'm not giving up on it.
Okay, my thing is that you haven't invested the money to put the time in, but as you say, you do want to play it again.
I do want to go back to it. Yes. So
you just gotta wait the time.
Yeah.
Time
but
investment.
It was just but I put in like I gotta have been 12 to 14 hours or something like that. 14, 15 hours maybe. Yeah. Like.
Is it really going to be?
I was just cooked, right? I was just cooked. And
how long do those games take?
Dude, some of those fights were lasting a long time.
Yeah, well, I've heard if you can get right to the end and then fuck it, a bit like Dark Souls.
I'm sure someone
chipped away and tipped away, and then you're like, oh fuck, I've just lost all that time.
I think I heard that the speed run, there's an achievement if you speed run it under 4 hours.
Well, that's not the first time, obviously. That's like I know exactly what I'm doing.
Obviously not, and I'm sure someone will speed run it even half that or something at some point, whatever. So there's a lot of game there.
They have achievements on Switch.
No, sorry, not achievement. I don't know. Someone was just talking about it.
The
speedrunning community. The speedrunning community will be setting their standard, setting their goalposts for it. Anyway, my son was out yesterday, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to slap the old headset on. So I went for a bit of VR. So I threw the VR on. I knew he had a copy of VTOL, which is vertical takeoff and landing, which is the fighter pilot game. And I hadn't tried it yet. So I thought, I'll just try that. I'll try it. And I couldn't get it to run. So I had to wait till he came home. And I was like, can you set it up for me, please? So he sat me down and he took me through it. Oh, you're all right there, Pilch. Would you like me to get you a pillow?
Look, it's fucking late here. I've done it.
Wow.
Didn't have a go at me when I was yawning there because I hid it well.
Yeah, there you go. It was pretty neat. So basically, exactly what you expect: VR in a cockpit. But to be honest, at the start, you're in the cockpit. You grab your helmet, you put it on, you press the button, the canopy comes down, and you got to turn on your power units and all that sort of stuff, and click buttons and turn this on and whatever, and fire up the engines. That bit is brilliant. That bit is just so cool. Just flicking switches and whatever. And then you go up into the sky, and that's okay. Like flying around in VR is pretty good. The problem with this one, there's nothing really to look at, so it's pretty boring. Sounds
You
really
need
cool when you fly.
HOTAS to make it.
It's actually, yeah. I mean that would be okay, but generally, just the flying, I didn't find it that interesting.
This
I mean,
is
it was
not
pretty.
this is off Steam, is it, or not a Quest thing?
Yeah, it was off Steam. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're running it. Are you doing AirPlay or whatever? What's it called?
No, he's still using a cable.
Right.
And it was seemed to be running pretty fine. I mean, it was running probably, I don't know, like less, maybe just under 30 frames, but there you go. But it wasn't very interesting. I didn't think it was very interesting.
You got that DCS? Have you got a DCS?
Yeah, DCS. See, I played that DCS Black Shark, and again, the most interesting thing about that was like how these things work. Like on that one, everything is recreated, like turning on all your power units and flaps and things like that, and making sure everything's good, and then you try and get it off the ground and you crash. Right? It's just like it would be in the real world. So yeah, it was okay. Again, and I played it for maybe half an hour, maybe a bit longer, and my eyes were sore after I came out. I find it too uncomfortable. It's just not my jam VR yet. I don't know what but anyway, but I gotta say, he's tempting me back into Alex. I might go back into Half-Life Alex.
I think I'm okay with the sit down VR experience.
But that was good. VTOL was that. It was sitting down, which was pretty neat. Yeah.
That's still the best thing I've ever done in VR is fucking the driving games. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And Elite
with a steering wheel,
great with it as well. Elite was fantastic.
Yeah, I can imagine that's very very good as well. But it's the resolution with Elite. I'm a bit particularly like when it's running that absolutely wicked on my monitor. Looks great, but it's not going to run at the same resolution in VR. But because things move quite fast in the racing games anyway, the resolution difference isn't so noticeable because it's still that like mind-blowing experience of feeling a bit like you're actually in a car, other than the physical moving part of it.
There were a couple through most of you flying the jet, I was okay, but there were a couple of moments where I had to do some barrel rolls or something, and I really did feel my head just went all over the place. And yeah, it was pretty neat. I'm just gonna before we go on to Halo, I'm just gonna say Diesel Saint, who's still in here. He says Rewind bought 6 music CDs at charity shops this week. Can you remember your last physical CD purchase? When was it, and what was it? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I buy CDs almost every week.
Wow.
So I'm living in the past, probably like Diesel Saint. We probably have a lot to talk about Diesel Saint. You should come into the Discord and have a chat about CDs. But I've even got, without even prepping, I've got CDs on my desk here. And I'll tell you, one of the last ones I bought was this one, which was Lemon Jelly 66 to 64.95. There you go.
Is that
very good? Highly recommended. Lemon Jelly.
What's the 64 to 95 bit?
I don't know. It's just what it's called.
It's not
years.
No, it can't be the years.
It's not the years. They've only been around.
Did you not any? What's his name? DeBarge.
No El DeBarge. I've got a bit of the fucking orb, mate. Want a bit of orb?
You must have that already.
I've got
you
2
must
copies
have that.
of it. I've got the original blue.
Just 2.
Beastie Boys, Hot Sauce Committee, and Galliano. Anybody listen to a bit?
Oh
of
yeah, a bit of Galliano.
Yeah, see.
Last CD I bought, I can't fucking remember.
I honestly can't remember what the fucking last one I bought was.
No, it was a good 10, 15 years ago.
I found all my CD boxes in my loft the other day because I took them all out of the boxes and put them in like those big wallet things. So I've got somewhere in my fucking CDs. I don't know. I thought they were in here, but they've moved. My wife's put them somewhere.
Mine would probably have been something. I think it might have been Ministry of Sound, Ibiza, something like that. Probably.
I've been on Spotify for so long now. I can't remember a fucking CD that I bought. Probably Muse was the last thing I bought.
We sold all our CD collection through Magpie or.
Oh my god! What did you get for that? About 3 pence.
Yeah,
Did.
you see, I'm
weird
taking
about-
advantage of all this now. You see, I'm buying your CD collection from Magpie.
yeah,
But it goes back,
Go on.
funnily enough, to what Pilch was saying, is that if you take that and listen to that on my stereo, or put Spotify through my stereo, that is going to shit on Spotify, right? And so that's the same sort of thing. If you just want to listen to it, fair enough, just listen to it. But if you want to listen to it the best you can listen to it,
Yeah.
download.
I can't have all my. I haven't got.
Not a WAV file on your PC.
I mean, if you get MP3 files,
MP3 is a shit.
320.
Well, that's basically Spotify. That's Spotify is a
Yeah,
320 MP3.
but they run it at like one.
No, Spotify's like 320.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're paying for premium, well.
I don't pay for any of that. I only listen to Amazon Music.
difference, like to give you an example of the difference, when we do this podcast, when I upload this podcast as an MP3, it's 60 meg, 60, 70 meg, roughly, give or take. The WAV files I deal with that we get raw from Craig are about a gig.
Really? I thought it was an OGG. I thought he brought it to them in OGG.
They go, yeah, but I mean, they're basically WAV files. Project.
It's like
in is that project. So you can imagine how much an MP3 just rips out of
well, it gets rid of sounds that are like you can't. Yeah, basically you can't hear them because they're covered up by something else.
That's why MP3 was an amazing sort of thing for music and sharing.
It was more essential in the days of dial-up, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
because,
it was.
I could stream a CD quality sound, no problem nowadays.
Yeah.
Like a raw file.
128 kilohertz, I think.
I don't think I've even got a CD.
My CD player's in my car, I think.
I don't even know a CD.
I haven't got a CD player.
nice
I've got
old
DAB now.
5-disc player back here for playing during the day. I've got another 5-disc player downstairs. I got them all over the place.
See.
I'm living. Diesel Saint says CD is the future. He knows.
Blu-ray, innit?
And Blu-ray.
Blu-ray music.
audio.
Blu-ray audio. Imagine how good that is.
I had a mini disc player.
I've got a mini disc player upstairs in my bedroom, which is about this much dust on it. That's about 3 inches for anyone who's not watching.
Well, me and Fraser had cassette players. So.
Well, he's not the only ones who've had cassette players.
Yeah, I had a mini disc player too. Mini discs.
Cassette players must have been.
Mini discs. Basically, everything about mini discs is fucking brilliant, except that they just never took off.
Yeah.
If mini discs were around before, if they'd made it to before CDs, mini discs would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
I remember my brother had a mini disc player. It was. Do they?
Like in radio and stuff like that. Well, I don't know. It's probably not so much now, but they used to. They were using mini disc relatively recently in like broadcast and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hospital radio.
Hospital radio.
All right.
Brian von Blair had an 8-track player in the car. That's pretty old school.
Oh, I can remember 8 tracks from when I was young.
I do not remember 8 tracks.
I had a car with an 8-track.
Yeah, my dad had.
I had an old Capri. Mark 1 Capri had an 8-track.
We had we're not in the car, but we had a reel-to-reel tape recorder at home when I was young. That was pretty awesome. We had the War of the Worlds on reel-to-reel tape. That was pretty. I remember that was the one thing I remember from being a kid. That was pretty awesome.
I can remember my dad getting a car and the radio had FM, and it was like, "Ooh, yeah, sweet."
Hey,
they still got
the signal doesn't go
weird. Sirius. Fraser, they're still using. Is it Sirius? In the States, I don't know whether they had it in Canada.
I'm not sure. I don't really know anyone who's got that. I can remember people who had it. Well, I think we had Is it XFM and Sirius? I don't know. Not my bag. Because
it's just all DAB now.
Subscription, right? So you got it.
Yeah, but we got DAB radios in every car now. But the fucking signal in where we are is absolutely shit.
Really?
It's dropping out all the time. FM's still better.
Yeah, we don't have.
We can't get
radio here.
Can't get any of the London stations, and we're literally 20 miles from London. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
you must live in a canyon or something.
But I just listen. I've I just plug it into the Apple CarPlay now and just run everything off my phone. Works miles better than DAB anyway. So
Baron von Glara says it's Sirius XM now.
okay.
Thank you. Diesel Saint, thank you very much for throwing us right off. But you obviously are a long-time listener because you know what kind of shit diverts us. Thank you very much.
Halo.
All right, let's go to Halo. Let's finish up and go to Halo. Anyone?
Who's starting on Halo then?
Neil, you
right. Well, I've been playing it a fair bit. I've probably still played more Forza, but I've been playing quite a bit of Halo. And as I said earlier, myself and Pilch teamed up last. When was that? Saturday? Did you say?
Saturday, yeah.
For a few games. He was kind of learning the ropes a bit. Felt like at the time. It's been a while.
I was getting smashed first few games. I was trying to play it like COD.
Yeah,
and I was
definitely
forgetting
not like
that we've got. Yeah, you got to knock
thing
their
with
shield
this game,
down and then punch the shit out of them.
The thing with this game versus COD is if someone gets the drop on you, you can escape if you are like quick. You can get round the corner and wait, get out of the way, and get your shields charged up, and then come back and have a fight.
Unless the opponent has got a great big stick, and he just keeps fucking hitting you with it.
The gravity
like
hammer.
That shit was.
There's.
Yeah,
I love.
That was
I've got to be
annoying.
honest. Like, I played a bit of Warzone or whatever over the last few years, and Halo I haven't played. Like, whenever my experience of playing multiplayer Halo over the last few years, it's been getting my ass kicked over and over and over again. Whether that be in the Master Chief Collection,
that inlet,
or in Halo 5. Halo 5 particularly, I was just always getting owned by everybody. But this game, I'm really enjoying, and I'm actually doing okay. I'm not winning every game, and I'm not winning every firefight or anything, but it's fun, and I'm enjoying it, and I don't just die all the time.
Although I did at the start, but eventually I wasn't getting more kills than deaths, but I was certainly getting closer to it. The first couple of games, I was like getting 2 kills and 20 deaths, which is a fucking lot for Halo. But after them couple of when we did the big, was it not the capture the vault? That thing we couldn't work out what.
Well, there was the game mode that was going on far too long. That's one. There's a few like they've tried something new there, which is interesting. I think because it was new and I didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. Can't remember what the game mode is called, but you've got to go and collect some stuff and bring it back to your base.
It looks good. It plays. I didn't find anything wrong with it. I think it was pretty bloody good.
It
I can't
feels
wait for the
like it's been modernised. It's a first-person shooter for modern times, whereas you go back and play the Master Chief Collection, it's an old game.
Oh, that
feels old.
Yeah,
it feels old. But it's a level playing field because everyone's playing the old game. But it feels like this is slower than a lot of multiplayer games now in terms of your movement, but it doesn't feel anywhere near as slow as the old Halos.
No.
If you go back and play them now.
I mean, the guns are pretty much all the same and the cars are all the same. But
the thing is, all the guns are good now. Even the gun, you basically used to start with the assault rifle. Yeah. It's similar, but the assault rifle used to be fucking useless, basically, in the old game.
The battle
you'd have to go and get another game. Another gun. You'd have to get another gun to be competitive. But now, the assault rifle, you can use it at quite a long range and it still be relatively good.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, I had fun. The 6, 7 or 8 games I played of it.
I think I made a massive mistake when I played it and not understanding what was going on with the shields, or basically forgetting because it's been so long since I played.
That's what I was doing.
Because I just felt like I was shooting people and they weren't dying, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why are these people not dying?"
Well, you've got to get their shields out.
This is where Dave quotes "time to kills," right? Is that what it's? Is that?
Well, if
you're on mute, Dave.
Sorry. Yeah. No, that was my next thing. Is the TTK, it was. I've actually been watching quite a few people, and it's basically grenade somebody. If the grenade hits, then shoot them.
Right. There's I've had so many cool moments though. Like it's because
It is good. It is.
The maps are great because like there's loads of like different ways to attack people, and you can get done from fucking anywhere basically. But there was a map like the grenades are absolutely crucial in fucking Halo, and it takes a while to maybe get back into that because you get your 2 grenades, 2 frags when you start, and then you pick up other grenades where you go. But like you can still, the frags are still useful. Like it's nothing beats like throwing one of them plasma grenades and it sticks on somebody and you're like, yeah, they're fucking dead, and I know they're fucking dead, and that's fucking brilliant.
But it's that doesn't get taught. Like it doesn't teach people when they jump into it. Like
no.
Like as somebody new jumping into it, I've got no idea.
I think it's difficult because I'm not new to Halo, but it's been a fucking long time since I played Halo. But there was like a moment where there was one guy. There was like he's running up this ramp and there's like a pillar, so he's got some cover to run behind. And there's like a mirror image of it the other side. There's another ramp the other side. So I lobbed a grenade to the left hand side as he's running up the ramp. And it was like you get a little hit indicator when it explodes. And as I've chucked the first one, I've then chucked one to the other side of the pillar. And he gets hit by the first one and he fucking starts running back the other way. Boom, dead. And I'm like, that was fucking so good. There's just moments like that all the time happen. It's just fucking brilliant. And
Are you playing on controller or keyboard?
I'm playing on a mouse and keyboard. But
if
I was a betting man, I would have had you as a controller.
No, I'm playing mouse and keyboard, and I like to start with. It's a bit like wee, but I'm fucking loving it. I'm just loving it. How it
just
feels.
imagine your Halo character going, oh,
yeah,
it's a bit weird.
But there's also like the grenades. It's like you say, it's a combination of chucking grenades, doing damage with your weapons, and they've got some really cool new weapons. And then you get up in the close and like, you know, once you've popped their shield, one hit with a fucking melee attack and they're dead. And there's been moments where there's been 2 of us fucking jumping around all over the place, fucking like missing each other with their melee attacks, and then one of us will be like, "Oof," and actually hit someone and be like, "Yes," if it's you, and you're like, "Fucking dick," if it's not. So I've just been having so much fun playing it. It feels really fucking good to play a multiplayer game.
I haven't played COD for 2 weeks now. I don't know if I enjoy Halo, but I don't know whether I play it on my own. If I want to shoot on my own, I'll play COD. If there's someone on, I see them on, I'll jump on, like I did the other day when you was on. I don't think I'll fire it up to play it on my own because they don't have fun.
I
have more fun if someone's with me.
Yeah, I could get drawn into it. I think again, Neil's enthusiasm.
Unfortunately, I'm playing against mouse.
Well, I don't know. I've heard there's no aim assist on controllers, which might make it a bit hard.
No, you can adjust it a little bit.
I actually played some ranked mode because I was a bit like, I tend to shy away from that in the past, especially with Halo, because it's like as soon as you hit ranked, it's like really fucking hardcore. But I actually won 3 games out of 4. Obviously, it wasn't just me. But when I go into ranked, you can pick like solo/duo queue versus open queue. So if you go solo/duo, so everyone's either a 1 or a 2 stack, and you're playing 4v4. So you don't come up against a team of 4 who are all communicating and that sort of thing, which makes it at least not overwhelming. Like if you come up, all these games, if you come up against a full team, all communicating, all played the game loads. I mean, it's still early days for this one, so relatively, but there's going to be a lot of people who've played Halo for a long time who are going to have an advantage on this. But I'm still having fun at the minute.
The only thing, obviously, is that you don't upgrade your weapons. There's not shit to unlock. Everyone has the same guns.
Yeah, there's no progression like there is in Call of Duty.
No, there's
like
nothing.
But that's the whole point of Halo, isn't it? It's like a level playing field.
That fucking battle pass, Jesus Christ! I don't think I went up like 1 rank in 6 hours of play.
The thing is, like this one. It's a very weird. Like someone was like Stuart said at the beginning about the whole pandemic palaver. Is this the impact of that? Because this season launched early, obviously, compared because it's not supposed to be out till the 8th of December. But the first season's now been extended to the near enough the end of May. So it's six full months for a season. So that's Battle Pass. They're not going to release another one before that season finishes. So that's got to last 6 months.
No, they can do, can they?
Well,
Why
they
not?
could. But I think they've got so much other stuff that they've got to try and get out, because they've said this season was not supposed to last 6 months initially, but they've said they want campaign co-op out by season 2. So they extended season 1 so that they could still meet that commitment of being there by season 2.
Oh, they just moved the goalposts massively.
Yeah, that's going to be like May.
Yeah.
May for co-op. That's ridiculous.
Well, hopefully
how difficult can it be?
Well, I think it's probably quite difficult, to be honest, because they're running. This is running from original Xbox One.
Yeah, they've got to ditch that shit.
Xbox One, Xbox Series, PC.
They've got to stop this shit now. They've got to just be PC and Series X. That thing's fucking nearly 10 years old, for fuck's sake.
Look, they have got to get it right. There is someone standing over going, look, this is the flagship for this is the fucking linchpin of the whole fucking Xbox franchise. You better get this right. Because they got a roasting when they showed the stuff earlier, right? It was an embarrassment when they showed that stuff 6 months ago or whatever it was. And I really think that they have got to dial in that campaign experience. If they don't get it right and fuck it up.
Oh, no, the campaign's coming out next. The campaign's coming out next.
The co-op is going to be
It's the co-op that's not coming out.
Yeah, okay, but I guess
if the campaign's done, how difficult can it be to have 2 players in the same phase?
But it's not going to be like if I want to play on my Xbox One versus like your Series X, it's not the same, is it? It's not going to be the same experience.
Here's what I think is that if this game was coming out 5 years ago, you wouldn't have seen any of it. You won't see any of it until they finish the co-op and have the whole thing done. I think getting the campaign done on a single player experience, yes, there's going to be, they've already got the maps laid out and everything, but the dialing in that balance of having extra players, you have to change the whole structure of what you're throwing at people, right? If you can't just willy-nilly scale it up, they have to make it good. And I just think the problem is the way we are now, they can release the multiplayer now, they can release this now, and they can release that later. Whereas before, we would have had to wait for that all-in-one, right? Whereas now we're getting it. So it's not a question of why can't they, it's just a case of they haven't yet.
But if you played a campaign 2 weeks' time, whatever it is, and we finish it by Christmas, who the fuck's going to go back and play it in May?
People are still playing Halo 1 campaign co-op now. People will do it.
I can't get no one to play with me. Oh shit, it's Lord chat because I made him download the whole game and I haven't played.
Yeah, I think they just want to get stuff out and get the revenue, right? Just keep.
I am looking forward to the campaign though. It does look good, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, it's been good to play Halo multiplayer and it'd be fun. Like, I wasn't having fun the last time I played Halo multiplayer. Halo 5 was just not fun.
Oh yeah, that was atrocious.
So it's knocked out of the park for me at the minute. So we'll see.
Good.
Oh, I did want to say, because obviously there's a lot of fuss about the Battle Pass, and there's a new timed event going on at the minute where you can unlock like the samurai armor, but it's proving difficult to unlock the levels. It's like another battle pass within the battle pass type of thing.
I saw there was a lot of people complaining about the way they're managing these.
Well, I can't progress, it seems, the event battle pass type thing, because all of my quests are just generic quests. I've got I had the first 2 things. I unlocked a couple of levels of my what's it called, Tenrai or something, future event, whatever. But I've not had another quest to do to unlock XP for that event since, and I'm like,
From what I understand, is it's overcomplicated and it's not working.
No,
it's
but
not. It's
the
not
stuff around it needs some sorting out, like the battle pass,
Right.
the progression, blah blah blah. That's a bit iffy, but thankfully for me, I ain't too bothered about all that. I'd like some shiny armor maybe at one point, but the actual gameplay feels fucking awesome, and that's the important part as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Yep. That's good. Well, I've got it loaded up, so I could maybe come in, be drawn in for a game after I finished Inscription.
But in about it takes 6 years then, when you've fucking found out everything.
And then I'll be like this.
Already.
Nah, I'm only playing the campaign co-op, mate. All right. Okay. Well, should we call that a show?
I think it is.
Okay. Then that's Dave's cue to take us out of here.
Cool. So, thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast and watching if you're watching us live. If you'd like to ask us a question or get involved.
Dave, you look cooked, mate.
I'm so tired. It's been a really long week.
I just want to get you and put your head down on a pillow.
Me too. If you'd like to ask us questions or get involved, please contact us either on Twitter at Seal Podcast, email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on our Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter. Neil's giving us thumbs up. We have a YouTube and a Twitch channel, which we upload and stream to regularly. So yeah, and I'll just say thank you very much for being here. Again, another week, another live streamed event. I kind of wasn't.
Pillow is coming.
I wasn't expecting it to speak, but it was just like, yeah, we're streaming again. I was like, okay, I didn't do my hair.
Shall I just go through who's been in the chat?
Yeah, go for it.
We have had Mark Anix, Baron von Glauer, Dave, he's been in there. Diesel Saint, Lord, and I think that's it for the chatters. Fraser's been in, putting his 2 penneth in.
Mechanics as well.
Yeah, and we have had, I don't know who these, I don't understand all these other people that are in it that aren't. Someone will explain to me that one day about all these users who they all just keep appearing, but they never chat. We don't know. So anyway, thank you for joining us.
All right.
We're done, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Stephen Hawking. We'll catch up with you guys later.
Cheers. See ya.
Cheers, guys.
Cunt.
Oh, it's live.